you're good.
Do I clap?
Yeah. You're good to go.
That was a solid clap.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back.
Yo.
Long Island Lads Podcast, episode 3.
This should be the first podcast where we have a working camera.
Finally. Yep, we should have some raw footage of us this time.
If you're only hearing audio, it's fucked, alright?
Yeah.
The camera's fucked.
Yeah, we tried everything. We literally, we don't want you guys to think we're just sitting here with a mic. We're trying.
Just know this, the first day, we had a camera with a tripod. We got 2 lighting stands.
Every single day.
Every single day.
It's not like we probably take a picture and insert it.
Yeah. It's not like we fucking lied. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just there's always been a problem where either the camera would just turn off, the camera would run out of storage, or the camera would just
wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Pretty much. We're a very under budget podcast.
Yeah,
so
listen, we're starting. So we have a Patreon page.
I'm not ashamed to admit this is a shared camera with another YouTuber.
Yeah.
So sometimes
this isn't even our camera.
Sometimes the footage, they come in with each other. So, but we've definitely been trying.
Yeah.
That's a quick. I guess this is some news. We got a camera now for this video on the channel.
We hope.
Yep. Some more news we got coming. Ivan.
Right.
Ivan is. He was a guest.
You guys have seen him before already.
Yep. He's always gonna be a guest, but he's not gonna be referred to as a guest because he's officially joining the team as the third man.
Ivan, welcome.
Thank you.
How did it feel to be one of the hosts?
Yep.
Pretty good, dude.
Awesome.
Exactly. We're a 3-man team. We're a 4-man team. Tommy the Gun in the back, always.
Tommy the Gun in the back. Guys,
audiovisual guy.
100 subscribers, we are going to show Tommy's face as a face reveal. Be tuned in.
Exactly.
It's going to be serious.
Tommy, plug in your Twitch, whatever you stream on, man.
Facts.
Shadow Frog Tommy on Twitch.
Exactly.
Our audio man is actually a full-time streamer.
He's a hustler.
The guy produces quality content. He's not here to fuck around.
Yep.
So,
that loud?
For today's podcast, obviously you guys could see we don't have a guest today, but that's all right.
That's all right. We don't need anyone. We started with 2. We have 3 now.
But you guys are going to be thrilled to hear this. So most of our viewer base, as we know, they know us from like where we originated from, and there's a name that goes throughout town that rings in people's ears, and it's a name that's very well known.
A very savvy businessman.
Very savvy businessman. So, thankfully, we were able to get in contact with him, and he's willing to come on the podcast with us. It is no other than Kurt Lozer.
King Kurt.
Very excited. I'm very excited to have him on.
Of the Kurt Lozer Carpet Cleaning Company.
So Kurt actually runs his own company.
Yep.
And he was willing to reach out to us, and he accepted our offer to come on the podcast. So be in tune to go see Kurt. It's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be, we were on the phone just earlier.
Yeah.
And he told us his schedule was creamed right now.
Yeah. He's a busy guy. Creamed. You know what I mean? He owns his own business at the age of 18.
Yep.
He's doing good.
He said on the phone he's been doing it for 13 years, though.
13 years.
Man, 13
so
years.
Apparently he was cleaning carpet since he was 5 years old, but hey. That's some information we got to debunk in the podcast with him, for sure. We're definitely excited to see him, that's for sure.
Yep. Truly dedicated guy. Had a rough patch towards the end of our senior year, but nothing ever knocked him off his grind.
That's right.
Couldn't stop him.
We're going to see more of his hustle when he gets back on the podcast. Something just to introduce, might as well. As you guys saw already, we do have a subscriber special. We've stated this previous in every podcast, where whoever subscribes to the channel, they're actually going to get a personal shout-out.
Yep.
Now, just one thing I have to keep in mind is that when we were going back to view our own subscribers, most of you guys' accounts are private, so we're not able to actually see technically who has subscribed. There have been a few that are public. We're able to see them. Those are the people we're going to be shouting out. Some people were private, but I still know personally who subscribed.
We think.
So we're going to be shouting out as many people as we can as we speak. So I got this written down on my phone. So the first one, it's me, actually. Agent Sikorsky. I subscribed to the channel.
Perfect.
I felt like I'm passionate towards the product these guys are making. I felt that they were worth my subscription.
Yep.
The next person We got his Ivan.
Yeah. I only subscribed recently, though, like yesterday.
Yeah, I subscribed yesterday. Another person we have is Davis Feliciano. Alright, this is like
this is
like the public stuff.
There we go.
Alright, so this is Davis Feliciano.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for subbing, dude. You have no idea what it means to us. Next, we got James Barrows.
James Barrows, if you're watching this, you know me, I know him. We go way back. We didn't used to live together, but I guess my dad used to live with him in a way in the same household.
For sure.
So Cordy Circle, I'm sure you remember that, and it's probably as far as I'll go with revealing.
Next person we got is actually Jordan Haynes.
Yes.
So Jordan Haynes was the ginger kid from high school that we've mentioned in some stories and on the podcast. Another thing, he was actually willing to come onto the show. Unfortunately, today we actually invited him, but
his flight got delayed.
Yeah,
he
was unfortunately unable to attend. But he'll definitely be.
He'll be on the show.
Sure. All right, the next person is John Halleck. So John Halleck is a buddy of mine who works with me. We go back, and we got plenty of stories about work. He'll definitely be on the show. The next one is Gavin Moresco. So Gavin, literally the same boat as John. He went bowling with me and Ivan yesterday. Yeah. Same thing with John.
Pretty fun.
Both went bowling with me. We might see him. Next, we got Eric Bloss.
Hey, Eric.
He's
Eric Bloss.
Fellow YouTuber as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, Eric is a fellow YouTuber. He runs back. He dates back with us.
He's Hampton Bays' finest Carvel, man.
Yeah. He scoops that ice cream, dude.
Yeah, he knows what's up. Bro. And finally, we have Anthony Morales.
Yeah.
All right. Anthony was the person that's supposed to attend the podcast, but apparently he thought it was a little later than we were at the moment. So,
as you can see, it's a running theme of us getting canceled on. Yeah. But you know what? They'll join us eventually.
Yeah,
just gotta move
once
on.
Once we blow up, that's when they're gonna start coming. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They wanna ask.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we actually don't have. I think it's safe to mention. Well, we don't know officially if we have a subscriber that's not someone we know. But, you know, fix your, make yourself public. We're nothing to, like, scream about, but I feel like we'll give you guys some credit because
we appreciate it. You guys are definitely going to be some of the growing roots in the production. So
because we're still like infants right now. We're still growing as a channel, but anything that we can get to start is definitely going to be a blessing.
Yeah, and that's an impact for sure. The beginning is always the hardest part.
Yeah, you got to start small.
That's what I'm saying. If you got people like that subscribed in the beginning, you know they were in it for the ride.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. You guys are going to be a big part of this channel.
And this is a crazy ride.
Exactly. Just as important as we are here.
Facts.
So, I haven't been going out recently because I have no money. But Ivan and Adrian here, they went bowling yesterday. Tell us about that.
So, me personally, I started bowling in October because of all my work buddies. We're all super close. When they were like, "Hey, fuck it, let's go bowling and see what's up." Then we all started going week after week because we go to a place where there's some deals on Thursday where we would just bowl all night for $20. We would just bowl constantly, and it was always just people that would just come in, see what's up, come out, see what's up. Kevin went bowling with us.
One time, weeks ago. And according to Adrian, I went on the worst night.
Yeah, no, he was there when there was only 3 people. Usually we got 7 to 8 people.
Because Adrian was hyping it up. Because usually a bunch of people go. So I'm just thinking, I'm like, all right, there's gonna be mad people. I'm gonna talk and stuff like that. But we get there and there's only 3 people there. Yeah. And I was just talking to Adrian the whole time, and it was a little weird, but it was fun.
For sure.
Bowling is just a good pastime.
Yeah, I had a good time. The last time I bowled before that, I had to use the, what do you call it?
The granny bowl.
Yeah, the granny bowl that we had to push down on the little slide. I still use the bumpers too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, but Ivan was chucking him down yesterday.
Yeah, I started with a 14-pound ball. Didn't work out.
He worked his way down to a 6.
And then I got up to 21 miles per hour. Or no, 20.
Facts.
Yeah.
You almost broke 21.
Yeah.
So it was me, Ivan, Anthony, and then I had my work buddies, John, Gavin, and Shelby. And then Shelby brought his whole family.
Yeah.
So there was probably like
They were
close
pretty good, dude.
No, I know, they
Yeah.
were really good. It was close to like 15 people probably.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people there.
That's crazy.
So that's like the shit I was telling you about,
Yeah,
where it's like
yeah.
these mad people. But, so with Anthony actually, he took a bowling course in his college, and I thought I was going to get smoked. He's like, yeah, I've been bowling. He was bowling for like, what? That's like 3-4 months?
Yeah, around there.
4 months of bowling. You would think the guy would be a stud, dude.
Yeah.
And Ivan was brand new. But I had to shoot Ivan some tips, and Ivan got
tuck my shoulder.
rolling, dude, for
Yeah.
sure. Ivan started smoking those pins.
The first game was rocky. I just had to get used to it.
Yeah.
The second game, I smoked Anthony, dude.
Smoked him, dude.
Ooh, I'm sorry, Anthony, but I can't tell why.
I really hope this wasn't just me, but did you feel after bowling your arms were sore, your wrist
My
was sore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hurt to move it around.
I told Adrian the first time we went bowling, I was like, dude, man, my wrist really hurts, and he was like, why? Or something like that. You're
You
like,
know,
really?
it's all proper form. Dude.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was probably like, I honestly
You were
probably,
chucking
I
it.
was
I don't know what you
yeah.
were
But like shot put, like,
No, he was starting to look like a baseball.
like I was
Oh,
full on
geez.
like sidearm, like delivering it. Like I definitely destroyed my wrist.
Jesus.
Took a couple years off my wrist,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
I guess it was fun. I was like really sore here too, my fingers.
Nah, I know.
And I got big ass fingers. They don't really fit inside the holes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
See, that's why I have my own ball. So I got like custom shit that's literally acquainted to my fingers, so it doesn't hurt my wrist and it doesn't hurt my fingers. So I'm able to just keep going.
Yeah, I think that was another part that was like scary to me because when Adrian first invited me to go bowling with him, I was like, this is just gonna be fun, nothing serious. And then we get there and I see Adrian pull out his bag. He's like, it's my bowling ball. And then everybody showed up with their own bowling ball. And I remember I was just like, what the hell do I do now? I was like, this is definitely some like competitive shit that I'm gonna just get smoked.
See, the thing is, it's like competitive, but it's also not. Like,
Yeah.
I'll go there just to hang out with my boys.
Exactly.
But most of the time, I just dick around and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's also fun to be competitive, too.
exactly.
Yeah.
So there's like there's mids in between it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because also when I went, there was the one kid. He not the one that played with us. The one on the right lane. That was with Shelby. He was like, I don't know. I don't know bowling terminology, but he kept missing everything. And it got to the point where he was just like raging. He was so mad.
No, you were there on a horrible.
I
night,
was
dude.
like, what's going on? I was like, I thought this was supposed to be a chill night, and everybody's getting mad.
Yeah, no, we were fucking pissed.
Yeah, Popeyes next door saved the night. Though.
For sure, though. Popeyes is so good.
Your friend John, whenever he would bowl, I honestly thought he was going to bust ass. And
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what I
told me
thought.
the
He has
same,
this.
yeah.
He had this weird form where it's
Yeah.
like he comes, and as soon as he throws it, he like looks like he's about to like do a 360 spin. Or
I don't know
something.
how he does it, but we call him like the Happy Gilmore of bowling because he's totally like come up with his own style and he bowls with two hands. And he's like, once you get him going, he's like a fine-tuned machine, and he just starts fucking bucketing strikes all
Man.
day. But sometimes the pressure gets to him, and he just fucks up, and then he lets the anger get to him, and then he bowls like shit. Because that's me too. But he bowls like with so much power.
It's crazy, dude. Like, it shouldn't work.
No,
it looks
it
like it
doesn't.
shouldn't work.
But he's bowled like that so much that he's fine-tuned.
It looks like it honestly looks like he's about to like the granny shot in basketball. It kind of looks like he's doing that sideways, but it looks like he's not going to let go of the bowling ball and he's just going to like fly into the pins with it.
Oh, speaking of, we saw some like Ukrainian lady fall into our lane.
Yeah. So we were next to these like, I don't know. It was probably how many people you think it was like?
It was like 4 or 5.
4 or 5 like Ukrainian, European people. I don't think they spoke English, but I think they were just there to like go bowling. And each of them must have been at least over 60.
100%.
100%, at least over 60. These are the people that you would like expect to have like canes and shit in like a grocery store, not to go bowling. And we were like the second or third game.
Yeah, the third game.
The
It was my shot, and I'm getting ready to bowl, and all of a sudden this lady starts walking up, and fucking out of nowhere she just topples into my lane.
So she like threw, like she like tried to like get it down the lane,
Yeah.
but I guess the ball was like so heavy for her that it kind of like threw with her, and she just fucking ate shit.
I turned around and I just stared at you guys.
Yeah,
Like, oh my
I was
God.
like, dude, do we come up and help her? But She worked her way up.
Yeah.
The bad thing was that she was on the oil.
Yeah.
So I thought she was gonna slip again and be like, "Don't do that." But she
It's
made
tough,
it.
dude. Well, she got up on her own.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
But the
good.
place we bowl at,
Oh,
most of the
little
time,
sketchy.
the food is like, because there's like right next to it is a restaurant, and they're like a combination of shit. It's where they have like,
There's
you know,
like
you can
prime
order
rib,
exactly.
surf and turf and
Yeah,
stuff
they
like
had
that.
like real shit.
Yeah.
And
It's
I've
like
been bowling there
a
for
little
like
steak place.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I've been bowling there for like 6 months or something, and and there's always like we order some like food for the table or whatever, and usually we get like a bucket of fries. So let me put this into perspective. A bucket of fries, it's like this.
This thing right here.
It's basically like that, and it's filled with fries, and then there's like this big ass tray. You know, it's a sheet pan, like a full sheet pan.
Oh, like a baking sheet.
Exactly,
Yeah,
a
there we
full
go.
baking sheet pan, and the whole thing is just covered with fries. So, I ordered my fries. This is not because like I'm a fat fuck, but it's like it doesn't help because I know, you know.
Yeah.
So, I go over there. I ordered my fries. I'm like, yeah, fuck it, order for something for the table. 9:15, I ordered my fries. So half an hour goes by, nothing. An hour goes by, nothing. You see all these people that ordered way after me get their food and fries and shit. I'm like, all right, what's up? So I wait till like a full hour, and I go up to them. I'm like, listen, since kitchen closed, I waited an hour for the fries. Can I get a refund? The guy goes, let me go see what's up with the kitchen. He goes over to the kitchen, and he comes back while I'm sitting there. He doesn't like go back and tell me or something. He doesn't come back and say like, listen, they're making it right now. I'm sorry for that. I have to go back up to him, and then he's like, oh hey, yeah, they're making them now. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
at
it's
least
still,
we're gonna get them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's still like 10:15, whatever. We'll wait for the ball. We'll keep bowling, whatever. So 15 minutes go by, and then they bring me a side of fries. And the side of fries, it's like
Well, it's like 3 times less, right?
exactly. So
Yeah.
it's like $2 for a side of fries, and it's like this little tray. And it's not because, like I said, I'm a fat fuck. I just don't like being scammed. So it's like this little tray, and it's like $2. And I ordered the bucket of fries, which is $10. And I don't have a job right now, so I need my money.
This
and whatever
is
I'm
our
paying
job.
for, exactly, whatever like
Hey,
money
John.
I have, I want to be getting my shit. So I go up to the guy. I'm like, listen, I ordered a bucket of fries, and he's like, oh shit, my bad. So he goes back to the kitchen, and I kid you not,
Like, not even 3 minutes later.
yeah,
dog.
3 minutes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
3 minutes later, it takes like because fries are 100% like frozen.
Yeah.
They gotta throw them in the oven and like bake them and shit. He comes back like 2 minutes later with a bucket, and then he has the fries in like this small ass tray, and then the bucket's not filled. It's like a quarter way, and it's just like spread out to make it look like the regular shit. And I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
come on, you could have at least been like, listen, they're not making any more. This is what you got. You know what I mean? Be
Yeah.
truthful. But then they're like, yep, here you go. So then I go up to the guy. I'm like, listen, this isn't a bucket of fries. This is like $2 of shit.
Yeah, it's
I
literally-
want my refund.
It was literally the basket of fries, and they tossed it into the bucket.
Yeah. So then he's like, so we go gets the manager. He's like, all right, man, do me a favor. Keep this just in case the credit card company doesn't refund you. So I was like, all right, whatever. And I overhear like the guys saying like, yeah, I don't think the kitchen would do something like that. And they were like making me
really?
feel like I was in the wrong.
Yeah.
For them like bullshit.
They definitely would.
So I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. So
That's crazy.
that's where I'm at right now. Got my refund.
That art of deception in the restaurant business it's big, man.
Bullshit.
You know, and
You would
I
know.
don't want to throw my restaurant under the bus because I love the guys, but a lot of times the burgers that we sell there are huge. They're half-pound burgers. They're probably and we serve it open bun, so it takes up like 3/4 of the plate. So we have the measurements, but we never actually measure anything. It's sort of just like handfuls, and it's like if we're really busy, or if I'm gonna be flat out honest, if we're just really lazy, we we'll take like the tiny bit of fries and sort of like stack them on each other so it looks like a pile.
I'll give them more volume.
Yeah, make it look like, I got a nice pile of fries, but it's really just like, the shitty end parts that were left over.
That's what
And-
happens a lot in the restaurant business. Like,
Exactly.
not just your place, but everywhere.
Exactly. And it's funny that you mentioned that like the fries are frozen because I'm pretty sure most places have frozen fries. Because I don't know, I don't know the science behind it, but it's like, I'm pretty sure a lot of places get pre-cooked frozen fries because when you fry them, it just gets a better like crisp and crunch and stuff like that.
Also, it's not really practical to cut your potatoes, and then
Yeah.
you gotta
Keep them in water.
Keep in water, get the starch out and stuff
Exactly.
like that.
Yeah. And then when they're ready,
takes
you have to
time.
wait
Yeah.
for them to dry out. And shit.
Like, you know, the restaurants that do that, like, mad respect, but it's
Yeah.
like it's hard, man.
You know, I wish I could be like, you know, I get it from like a market standpoint, but it's
Yeah.
like then what I would
Come
have
on.
just said, it's like total bullshit. It's like, you know what I mean? Like I work for my money, and the money I do have, I at least want it to be like fair.
No, definitely.
Yeah. Especially like when I was waiting an hour, and they don't even like say
Yeah.
anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You're just another customer.
exactly.
And the thing is, you go every week too.
That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
feel like
You're a
They
regular.
should know
Yeah,
you.
I'm literally a regular. All of us, we're all like so respectful to them. We're always like giving them business and shit, and it's just like you don't get that back, and that sucks. You hate to see that in the business.
Yeah.
I mean,
And again, you
Is-
gotta think it's not the business themselves. It's the
No,
work, it's the
I get
workers.
that.
Yeah.
For sure. Like their employees, honestly, fucking assholes.
Yeah,
Half
like
of them are either
college
high,
age. Yeah.
retarded, or just
Yeah.
straight up douchebags.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
no, but I mean that. I'm sure they make a lot of money to where it's like the employees can afford to be like that. Like it's a bowling alley and a restaurant, and it's a nice restaurant too. But no, it's definitely fucked because we had regulars that would come in every every Sunday night, I believe, and they would always get the tuna, and they would always request a tail piece of the tuna, and it was like the moment they came in, the manager, I don't even know what the hell he was, honestly, but he would just run into the kitchen and be like, we need the 2 tunas, we need the tail piece now. And I was like, the customer service there was just insane. But it was insane to the point where it's like so toxic. Because
Oh,
it
like-
was just,
They were like expecting it.
no, it was just like,
You have to go out of your way to make it.
we had to do that kind of stuff. We took the blame for everything.
What do you mean?
Like, he would refuse to be like, oh no, the customer was wrong. It was always just like, you guys should know better, stuff like that. And it was like, it's like,
That's not healthy in a business.
yeah, I was like, I mean, it's like, you guys make enough money to where they don't really care, but it's like, at some point you gotta be like, come on, I gotta side with the kitchen here.
Yeah.
Customer's not always right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a bullshit rule.
Yeah, that's such, the customer being always right is such a myth.
Yeah, fact.
It's like, it's definitely not always right.
Some
Like,
customers are just pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Really looking for just
Yeah.
like
yeah.
It's usually the customers who've never worked in customer service.
Yeah,
Like, at all.
facts.
Like, they expect things out of you that you really shouldn't.
the privileged
Yeah,
customer.
there you go. Entitled.
Mhm.
That's the better
Yeah, better.
Yeah.
Overall,
Yeah.
fuck people. Dude.
Yeah.
That ass.
Because it's like, you're getting paid for my money, so they're probably just like...
Facts.
Or it's sort of like, I mean, in a way, when somebody comes into a restaurant, I'm now working for them, in a way. So it's like, I feel like many just go like, you're inferior now.
I get that,
They're
but
making
it's,
my food.
it literally pays nothing to be nice.
Yeah,
you know what I
exactly.
mean? It does not cost you anything to be like, hey, how are you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes, like, when we're in the booth, we get treated like shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I've had people call me fucking assholes.
Really?
And I'm
Yeah.
just like,
For doing
hey,
what?
how are you? For doing my job.
What?
Yeah, I'm like telling them, I'm like, it's not my choice, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You're coming to the beach, you're regular, you know you gotta pay. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be the toxic asshole here and be like,
Yeah.
I'm not for you, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like, no. Like, I gotta get paid, you know it's a job, you know I have to abide by shit. People just think, oh, come on, you can get away with it.
Exactly.
Like, a total stranger
Yeah,
for
I'm
my
not-
job. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Not worth it.
hmm
I just...
It's like, I don't know, it's sort of like, just like, understand you're not above anyone.
Facts.
It's like, you just gotta go with it. You can't expect special treatment.
Gratitude.
Exactly.
Even if you're paying money, like,
Mhm.
it's another human being.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, at the end of the day, we're humans, It's like, you don't gotta treat me like I'm
Like
inferior
less.
because it's
Mhm.
like, oh, I'm paying, It's like, I don't give a shit. You're getting the same service as every other human that's in here.
Facts.
You're not special.
Exactly. Except for, like, when the Kardashians came in. And Michael Scott.
All right, that's different.
That's when I was like, you guys are special.
Yeah.
You
One
guys
little
get-
tweet and then your business goes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's like from an actual business standpoint.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
Like, even I understand at that point.
yeah, there's literal like influence that they will give that it's important.
Have you, so you own a place.
Yeah, my dad owns one.
Yep, Hacienda. And have you physically worked there?
Yeah, I've worked in the front with customer service, and I did kitchen work. It's
Anything, like, what have you ever had a toxic? Because like, and I'm not saying I'd really hate throwing race around, but like a lot of white people go in there.
Yeah, they
I've
do.
seen,
They do.
Like anything has any crazy shit ever gone down?
Off the top of my head, I can't really think of anything.
You've definitely told me some stories.
Yeah,
I remember
I
when
know.
we were on Discord, you would tell me.
Like I'm sure when it was cash, it's not cash only anymore, right?
Oh, it is still cash only.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, still.
Oh man.
'Cause I remember I used to freak my mom out because she stopped carrying cash probably like 3 years ago,
No, but,
and whenever we'd go there, she would be
Cash
like,
is
I
king, dude."
have no cash,
Oh, shit.
and it was a mess trying to find cash.
Ooh.
Do you guys have like an ATM nearby? Or?
Yeah.
I mean, there's like
There's a
one
bank right
across
next.
the street.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No, there's a bank right next door.
Oh yeah, that's it. Bank of America.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Wait, isn't there a Capital One like right behind it?
probably.
No,
It's
Chase Bank. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
surrounded by banks.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's Southampton.
Yeah, we're literally
Yeah.
like in the center of the
Yeah.
town.
Yeah, it's in a good spot.
Good location. Yeah.
Mhm.
How's it doing?
Yeah, it's winter, slowing down,
Yeah,
but
that's
you see,
fair.
everyone slows down
You
in the
expect
winter.
that.
Yeah. In the summer, we're popping.
Do you guys close down for winter or like,
Nah, no.
eventually? Oh, you just keep it going. Work.
Because we
Yeah.
still got like the regulars and all the workers and stuff will come in.
Do the hours change?
Yeah. I think now it's 10 to 8, Monday through Friday. I think Saturday, 10 to 9, and then Sunday's like 10 to 8 again.
Damn.
You
You
know,
still have that shrimp soup?
Shrimp? Nah.
Damn, dude, my dad used to love that shit.
you just mentioned regulars. My girlfriend's a regular there. Now that I thought about
Dude,
it,
I've
really?
never been to
she
Laos.
works. Yeah,
Really?
she works.
Yeah.
She works at a retail store, like probably down the road. So she's not going to Cinderella. She's usually going there.
No, but
And
I've seen her actually like, twice there before.
So those are a lot. So I mean, it's a good place.
Mhm.
It's a really good place.
Yeah, I've heard good shit about
Prices
it.
are pretty good. That's what,
Price is good.
that's what we try to do.
Yeah.
That's fair.
What what do you usually get? What's your go-to?
My go-to, rice, beans, and then, or like a side of rice and beans. And then we got like, depends on how I'm feeling that day, but usually a torta. It's
Right
like-
now,
Damn, you guys sell tortas?
Yeah, dude.
No. Dude,
it's a Mexican place.
Yeah.
Every Mexican place sells
listen,
tortas.
I don't go to a lot of Mexican places.
That's like going to Polish jellies. You got kielbasa?
Yeah,
So we should
fair.
probably explain to the viewers what a torta is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got
So
it.
torta is basically like a sandwich, and you slap some beans on one side, and then you pick your meat, which can be like beef, marinated pork, and stuff like that.
Mhm.
You put lettuce, tomato, guac, cheese, or jalapenos or whatever stuff,
Yep.
whatever you want to add, and then it's a pretty meaty sandwich, you know.
It's just
Sort of
big.
fat.
Most of them are pretty. It's a solid meal.
Dude, I haven't had a torta in so long. I don't think the last time I had it was with you in
Coney Island,
yeah.
right? Yeah, but that one had pineapples that day.
What
Did
the?
it?
Yeah, it's kind of nasty.
In the torta?
Yeah, it's because it was pastor.
Oh
Marinated
yeah.
pork.
Facts.
It's not for me.
Yeah. No, I literally had a torta yesterday.
Looks like I know where I'm going.
Yeah,
I'm
I
going
feel
now.
like you've been before.
Never.
Like,
You
so
never
we
been
went
to
ice skating?
Hacienda?
That's what I was about to
Yeah.
say. So when we went ice skating, you guys were there for like an hour, and then you're like, everyone was hungry, and you're like, yo, let's just go to my place and get tacos or some shit. And I still wanted to skate, so it was still like me, Tommy, and Sylvia. I think we still
Tommy.
Oh, you guys stayed back?
Yeah.
Oh,
we
okay,
kept ice
now I
skating.
remember.
Damn.
I take you one day, dude.
Facts. Dude.
Yeah,
I'll probably go tomorrow. To
I
be
don't know.
honest.
That
I'm going. I mean, I'm heading to East Hampton in a bit. I'll just go then. Let's just go then.
when after this.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Deadass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it open?
It closes an hour.
Oh shit.
And I would tell them save the kitchen
Facts,
open.
dude.
We'll wash
Tell
dishes
them
and
3
everything.
tortas.
3 tortas.
Pay for it, hell yeah.
I got you.
Deadass?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'll text him a little bit.
Yeah,
And I hate to betray you, but I got my tortas from mi pueblito yesterday.
No, you're good.
Where is
Um,
that? You told me it's like right before the
We
bridge.
called it Flaming Jesus. Do you know what is Flaming Jesus?
Yeah.
You don't? Alright, so I really haven't paid attention to the decor, but I think it's probably been a year now.
Since they
Since-
reopened.
yeah,
Where
so
is it? Oh, that's the one that burnt down?
Yeah. You know
So-
what?
Oh, so it's in Hampton Bays.
Yeah, it's like
right.
it's right on the
Oh,
highway.
yeah,
It's right
yeah,
on Montauk
So
Highway.
they had a very, I don't know if they still do, but they had a really religious decor on the outside before. It was like a giant Jesus, like the Virgin Mary. There was
Yeah,
so
they're
much
like
stuff.
statues and stuff like that.
And it just completely went up in flames. And I hate laughing about it, but it just went up in flames. And then I'm not trying to start stuff because I'm not 100% sure, But I'm pretty sure then after it went up in flames, they got in like trouble with the health department because they didn't have certain exits and stuff, and
I got input on this one.
yeah, like and just
my dad was there.
It was a
really?
mess.
Okay.
So.
Oh, yeah,
No,
No, I was
Alright.
going to say. I was going to talk about the. All right, yeah,
The
hold on.
fire.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. So my dad's a firefighter, and he was actually there when it happened. And apparently there was like 2 feet of water in the basement. Yeah, and there was like black mold and shit. That's what I remember hearing. Just because of how wet it was, and they had to they had like vacuums and shit or like heaters going just to like try and dry it out. But that's literally all I have to input on.
So, I mean, they closed down because obviously the building burned. They had some health inspection stuff, I guess, some safety stuff. They were closed for a while, like 6 months probably.
No, over a year, I think.
Yeah,
they were closed
busy.
for a while, and it just reopened. And really, all this was just to mention about my torta that I had yesterday. I don't know if your place has it. It's called a torta cubano.
No.
And that's actually crazy considering you're Cuban and you're Mexican.
Mm-hmm. It's like not even Cuban.
Yeah.
I've had them before, though.
They're so good.
Yeah, dude.
The one, so he mentioned the regular torta. Torta cubano, at least the one that I had, is just breaded steak with beans, fried egg, ham, pulled pork. It's just like
all that greasy.
it's so good. It's so good. Lettuce, shit. It's just tortas are like literally
You think
a
it's better than the
God-given.
regular one?
They're literally a meal in a sandwich, like a food meal.
I don't know. You know what? For me personally, yes, but that's because like I'm a big guy, so I like meat. You know, I like if you could pack a sandwich with more meat, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. And like, they're called milanesa, right?
Yeah,
Torta
milanesa. It's pretty much breaded meat. That's what it is.
And I like that. I like the breaded steak ones. It's good, but it's like, come on, bro. For $1 more, if I can get pulled pork, ham and stuff like that, I'll add it. I'll add it.
Yeah,
I'll add it. Like that's
What's the pricing?
I think a torta is probably $9.50.
No, that's actually not that bad.
Most tortas are like $8, right?
Yeah, that's because they're decent size.
They're huge.
Yeah,
No,
they're
they're big.
decent.
Most of
Last
them
one I
are
had was
big.
huge.
The one that I had from El Polito were probably like this big.
Damn.
A whole sandwich. No,
That's
they're
a
huge.
fat sandwich.
They're huge. But
Yeah.
that's all I had to say on that. The torta sesh after this. We got
For sure, dude.
we got something
I'm
to
kind of
do.
hyped now that I think about it.
Exactly,
Dude,
it's
I haven't
good,
had a
dude.
torta in so long.
And you said your last torta experience wasn't even good.
I don't remember it being bad. I don't remember
I thought
getting
you said-
pineapples. You got
I think it's because you got a different meat that day.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I asked you. I was like, "What's like the recommended one?" And you told me. And I think you gave me like the original torta.
Yeah.
So that shit was so good.
So just a breaded steak one.
No, it was pastor. That's what I got, but I don't know what he got.
I don't know.
Maybe, I think maybe
wait.
you just got a beef.
What is a traditional torta?
Traditional torta is like, I mean, it's literally
Like, what's a traditional meat?
probably just beef. It really depends.
hmm
So
I always thought it was a breaded steak was just a regular torta.
I mean, you can get that too. There's breaded steaks, breaded chickens, breaded pork.
Damn,
Nice.
that sounds good as fuck.
No, they're delicious. Mexican food is really, to me, it's up there in one of the best
Hierarchy.
cuisines in the world.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's not fine dining, but it's like
Yeah.
it's
Quality.
Yeah, it's quality food.
It's,
I feel like that's just Spanish food in general.
Mhm.
Like I'll go to like Puerto Rican places and Colombian places and Mexican places, and it's
Yeah.
just like it looks like they give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They care.
Yeah, because it's kind of like they feel like it's their business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I feel like there's roots in behind like those Spanish.
I feel like it's almost like Italian fine dining, but like lower class. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
'Cause-
Yeah, speaking of, remember there, we also had a Cuban sandwich on your birthday that day.
Yeah, we went to
Yeah.
the Cuban place.
Yeah,
after.
that was pretty good.
Cubans are
Yeah, you
good
remember
too.
the Materva?
Oh, that soda?
Yeah.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
everyone
dude.
just had like sips of it though, because there was one left.
I know.
Dude, it was
Oh,
so
man.
good. That's my favorite soda, Materva.
Materna,
Materva.
Materva.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
Cuban.
Yeah, it's like this golden can that says Materva. It's like
Like Inca
Just
Cola.
Had, didn't it taste like bubblegum?
no,
Or
it
was it
tasted
something
like
different?
tasted like sugar cane. It's
okay.
it's made from like sugar cane.
Yeah.
It's high quality. It's good as shit.
Damn.
That's like the drink of choice in Florida because half of Florida's fucking humid.
Yeah, dude.
Wait, you guys went to Florida?
No. I'm just saying because
oh.
my grandparents live in Florida.
Oh, that's right.
The Cubanos.
Have you guys, have you ever been to Little Havana? Havana?
Mm-mm.
I would like to go though,
Yeah,
Like, facts.
this looks sick.
just to eat. Like
Exactly.
nothing else. Just
Cuban food, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Hispanic cuisine, man. It's just, it's something about, like, it's basically poor cooking, if you think about it. Like, that's the roots of it. Because, I mean, it's not, there's no South American country that's ever been, like, rich.
I guess, like, prior Spain, though. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
But that's, like, dating itself.
But
Back
it's-
to, like, the Crusade.
Yeah. But it's like, here in America, we go to restaurants, right? Obviously, delis and stuff. It's like, you walk around in Ecuador, it's just like, hey, you know, here's my dead pig cooking right here for the whole street to see. It's like, I just grew this pig and I just killed him, you know, earlier. So it's like, I feel like it's just that aspect of, like, you know, like, this is, like, my stuff that I grew, and it's all I have, but it's like, I'm going to make it delicious because it is all I have. And
yeah,
it's like,
or so
exactly.
people won't buy it.
Exactly. So it's like, I feel like that just kind of carried on, just the love that I feel like is just, that comes with Hispanic cooking, because, like, American food is great, you know, burgers, hot dogs, but it's like, come on, a hot dog is just a case of the
Yeah, it's
leftover.
literally processed meat.
Case of the leftover
I mean, if you
gizzards
think about
and
it,
stuff.
when you're, like, limited to the stuff like that, that's what really, like, sparks creativity and, like, imagination, and that's what makes some of those dishes so fucking
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Like arroz con pollo, like it's so simple, but
I know.
it tastes so good.
And there's so many takes on it. It's not just like
Yeah.
rice. There's so many different ways that people prep it, like mole and stuff. Like,
yeah. Like people do it with chocolate or
Yeah.
without chocolate.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
mole is like a unsweetened dark chocolate dish with a chicken dish. Really, it's delicious. And it's, you know, they get
Guess
creative
poverty's
with this
the way to
stuff.
go.
Yeah, like in Ecuador we have something called humitas, and that's basically just like liquefied. Like we liquefy corn, and like in a way we.
Was it like a drink or what?
No. It's like it's basically like a tamale, but
Okay.
super sweet, super soft. It has cheese in it, and it's like basically when I went to Ecuador, every backyard had like it's like a sausage grinder, but you just stick the corn in it, and you just
You
like
know, my mom has
you-
one of those, dude.
yeah, and it's like it just comes out, and you just have like
Is that with the cob, too, though? And it's
I don't remember.
you-
I don't
you
think
take-
so. I
you
definitely
take the,
don't.
like a knife and run it
Yeah,
down or
yeah,
something?
you take
Pretty
the
sure.
knife to run it down, and you get the kernels, shove them in there, and then you just.
You know?
Yeah.
And then you just have this bowl of just like liquid corn.
Nice.
And then I haven't watched the process in a while, but then I'm pretty sure you put like maseca in it and stuff, and
Yeah.
you know you form it into the tamale shape, and then it's steamed, and then you steam it, and then you take it out of the leaf and you eat it like that. But what we love to do is we steam them, you know, let them cool off, and then the next morning we basically like not fry them, but we sear them on both sides.
Ooh, that sounds
And
good.
it's just
Yeah,
this
something you should
delicious, like crunchy, sweet, soft, cheesy, like masterpiece, and it's great.
Dude, I feel like corn, it's
So
such
versatile.
exactly. But it's like koalas, dude.
Yeah.
There's literally like no nutrition to corn,
Yeah.
which is why it's not processed through your body. But Mexican corn,
That's why you
dude,
should.
is insane.
Yeah.
When you just like Mexican, you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
you're talking about like the
when they have like mayo on
Yeah,
it,
mayo,
with like the
cheese.
cheese and then
the hot
like curry powder or something.
Yeah.
So fucking good.
That's it. There's 3 ingredients. And
The
you're good.
curry
That
powder.
and horchata. dude.
Oh man, the rice milk.
My God,
Woo.
horchata is one of like the 7 magical wonders of this world.
There's just Hispanic food, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Hispanic cuisine.
It's on another level, and it's so underrated. You know what
Exactly.
I mean? Some people are just like, oh, what are we gonna eat? Italian?
Yeah,
Or-
pizza
or
for
American.
dinner.
Yeah.
Or
I want chicken fingers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
chicken-
exactly.
Americanized Chinese food,
Oh,
which
mean,
is
you
which
can't-
is still delicious. I'm
Yeah,
not saying it's not
yeah.
good, but it's like I feel like there's just so many more things that people should give a try.
facts.
Yeah.
Because I had a friend who, whenever I came over for dinner, it was either pizza or Chinese food, and it's like, bro, like
People are just set in their ways.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
Like, people are
so
just
grateful
raised
for
that way.
Stuff like that, though. You know what I mean? Like home cooked meals and shit like that.
Yeah, you gotta try everything.
Uh-huh.
Like my mom knows how to cook everything, every cuisine. So I've never been stuck to just one.
Yeah.
Like she's Ecuadorian, but she made meatloaf and shit. I'm Ecuadorian. I make chicken curry and stuff. Like I just love other genres of food. I feel like there's just so much to explore. That's like
in general,
yeah,
everything.
With culture, food, all that stuff. It's like there's just so much to explore, and like why limit yourself to one thing?
Facts.
You know.
Yeah. I would like to try like food you wouldn't normally get, like South African food. Like,
African
like
food?
sorghum and stuff like that. Like plants you can't
Exactly.
even get over here.
Mm-hmm. So there's cuisines that really just look delicious, but it's like it's hard to find over here.
But there's some things I wouldn't eat. Like I've seen videos of like Japanese people eating live squids or something.
Yeah,
like that.
just chopping it.
What I wouldn't eat is those duck eggs with like the duck embryo
embryo
in it.
I
I
forgot what
wouldn't
it's
eat.
Put in
called.
soy sauce and stuff like that.
Yeah, no thank you.
I forgot what it's called. I know exactly what you're talking about too.
Fucking nasty.
Is it not pate? What was pashtet again?
Pashtet
It was like
is,
spam, right?
Alright, pashtet's basically like European spam. And you guys probably know a YouTuber called Crazy Russian Hacker. And, he was born in Russia, and he does all these, like, MRE videos. So, that's, like, meals ready to eat, and that's, like, some army shit. So the thing is with pashtet, it's, like, one of those canned things, so you're able to just transport, and it won't go bad. And it's, like, 90% lard. But it tastes so good. And then you, like, spread it on, like, bread or crackers or some shit.
You've had it?
Yeah, I got, like, 3 cans in my fridge.
That's crazy.
Really?
It's so good.
I'm not crazy about spam though.
No, I hate spam.
What? Spam is
Insane.
like my go-to.
What?
Yeah, like,
But I mean, I've seen people prep it in a way where it looks good, but like when they sear it or put it in a sandwich and stuff, like
for me, it's spam and eggs. That's my favorite one.
I've seen good dishes,
Doesn't sound
but
bad.
growing up, we weren't dirt poor, but we would get that kind of stuff to just get by sometimes. I remember I would just hate it. Not only because my mother wouldn't do anything to it. She would just open the can and be like, eat it. So I was, I kind of got a bad, they got a bad rep.
Another poor people food that I had was eggs and hot dogs in the morning.
That was,
Yeah.
I had that the other day.
I mean, it's poor people food, but damn, it's good.
It's good. It's good.
It's simple.
Yeah. There's just so many things that's just so good that you don't even need to really spend on. Also, I remember it's called balut.
Balut?
Balut.
That's
I'm pretty sure it's the duck embryo.
Yeah, no thank you.
With the egg.
Would you try that?
I know I was said like I would try things, but like I said, there's a limit.
Yeah. No, because I've seen a video of people trying Asian food, and they try balut, and one dude didn't eat it. He literally just pushed the duck out, and the whole duck just came out. And he was like, "You expect me to eat this?" It's gross. This stuff is disgusting.
Yeah.
Asian cuisine. All right, I'm gonna sound like such an asshole. Some Asian cuisine that I've seen look disgusting.
Questionable shit.
Yeah.
It's different cultures as well.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But it's
like
like
Westernized.
because they're in the ocean too. They're basically just eating shit raw, straight out of the water.
Yeah. Sushi. You guys like sushi?
I
love sushi. Sushi's good.
Oh man,
Sushi's so good.
Mm-hmm.
it has to be like a dragon roll, dude. Dragon roll,
Dude, yeah.
spider roll too.
Mm-hmm.
I think honestly, I like sashimi, like just straight. Oh no, I don't like every sashimi tuna. I could probably catch a tuna and just cut a loin out and just gnaw on it for hours. Tuna's so good.
Tuna raw all day.
Yeah.
Tuna's
tartare,
so good.
Oh my god, dude.
You know, I'm not crazy about salmon.
Salmon.
I'm not a
how
fan
about,
of
how about
salmon.
salmon roe? You know, have you tried that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
like
that's not even like that's just the caviar, right?
Yeah,
eggs.
it's alright. I do. People fish with it.
yeah.
So,
Have you tried regular caviar?
I've never had regular caviar. Just saying.
yeah, like salty.
I heard it's
I don't
salty.
know.
I mean, I saw the video with Gordon Ramsay, and they just had like a handful of salt.
Yeah.
It was like a whole tub.
That's a
and they
good
just,
one. Where he's got the mask on,
Yeah.
and it's like,
yeah, he's like, let me try it.
yeah, it's fucking delicious.
Yeah, then he's like, it needs salt.
Every time.
Dude,
That's so
like
crazy.
I feel like some people though with the ingredients like caviar and like golden foil, they go like so far above the top
Yeah.
just to
Yeah.
say it's like the most expensive thing.
Yeah,
Like,
like
there's a BuzzFeed video for like the world's most expensive ice cream. It's got caviar on it.
the one
That's
it's in New York,
disgusting.
right? I'm pretty sure.
Probably most
Yeah.
of that fucking overpriced
Yeah.
bullshit.
It seems like probably the highest grade ice cream, but they just literally boost it up with gold foil and stuff like
Probably
that.
like doesn't even like make it taste. It probably makes it taste worse to be honest.
But it's like just the feeling of being able to say you had
It's the title,
It's just
exactly.
like, wow.
Like I saw there was like some fucking like squid ink pizza.
Yeah,
And it was like some like super special squid ink with like truffles. It's like, dude, that sounds disgusting.
The squid ink pizza had
the truffles.
Had gold shavings too from Ecuador.
It's like what?
Yeah, it's like it gets to a point where it doesn't even seem enjoyable.
No,
it's like I feel like it has a consistency of like tinfoil.
Yeah, and then again, I guess that's like the concept of food is art, and I can't disagree with that. But it's like that's not true when you're making it a
But then again, like you got to compare it to like art, like the Mona Lisa, and then modern art today, which is literally just lines.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But there were some like artists that dated back to like Pablo Picasso when he was just like spritz of this, spritz of that. You know what I mean? And he got his head chopped off when he was drunk. But
and Jackson Pollock.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Pollock,
That's what I'm thinking of. That's what I'm saying.
He was my neighbor.
What?
Well, I mean, he wasn't my neighbor, but he was really close to my house where my family lives. Yeah, he was probably a 10-minute walk away, probably like a 5-minute drive.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Because Pollocks are worth like millions, dude.
Yeah, I've been in his house before. I've been in his house a couple times. He lived close by, and then he died right in front of my aunt's house.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's cool. We would go on, I guess, field trips at the time. We'd go on field trips there, go through his house, go upstairs. We'd go to his painting things, and it's sick, like, to think that I was so close to him.
Yeah.
And then he got drunk at a bar and then got in a car accident.
With a girl in the car.
Yeah.
And he got his head taken off by a tree.
And the tree is right in front of my aunt's house. I always look at it when I go by.
There's a video on it.
Of him crashing?
No, like a documentary.
Oh, yeah. He, like, almost died at birth and shit. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, rough life, dude.
Mm-hmm. And then he just splat paint on a giant canvas.
See, that I don't know. I can't see that as being like, wow, that's art. It's like, sure, you got like, I guess, imagination.
It looks cool.
And you might have like feelings and emotions towards it, but I can't personally take anything out of that. Maybe that's just me, but personally, I don't know.
No, I would look at it, but I wouldn't pay for it.
That's what I'm saying.
I would just be like, cool.
I think, like, you know how people say, like, art is subjective?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I kind of understand it and I kind of don't.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, I really don't get what they mean. Because to me, it's literally just lines and hardly any work. Like, pew, pew, pew. $3 million. Thank you, please.
Yeah.
But then there's, sorry, I'm interrupting, but then there's, like, some art that's just, like, you can tell people put so much time and effort for it, and they'll go for, like, less than $1,000.
You seen, like, the hyper-realism ones?
Yeah.
It literally looks like you're looking, like, at the real thing.
Yeah, it's
so
crazy.
I don't know. I also like the way, different people do art. Like, they'll use strings, and they'll use nails and hammer down on a board, and then they'll make a complete face out of everything.
And then there's some people that, like, put paint on their tits and then just, like, hug the fucking canvas. And they're like, alright.
Yeah.
What do we think?
People pay for that shit.
Yeah.
Perverts.
Yeah.
I remember after the Jackson Pollock trip, we had, I guess, a project in art class, and they were like, we're going to be, I forgot the artist's name, but they're like, we're going to be recreating his artwork. And I shit you not, it was just like, we put a pencil and paint, and then we would just put it on top of the board and just let paint drip down. but you use different colors, and when we finished, she was like, "This is gorgeous."
We did the same shit for
it's like why
for the Pollocks. We would get like these like what are they called? Those they're not
like eye drops, kind of.
Yeah, they're like those things where you get rid of the pressure and you put in like some like foaming liquid, and then you open it and then it fills up the tube.
I know.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And anyways, you just
pipette.
like
that's what they call.
What are they?
Pipettes.
Pipettes. Yeah. You just go.
You guys didn't use sticks?
No,
he used sticks.
Well, yeah, but he used big ass sticks and like fucking like 20-foot long canvases.
He had like a whole barn dedicated to his painting stuff.
From outside, and be like, yeah.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought we were doing. How are you gonna make Jackson Pollock artwork without the sticks? that was kind of that was the point. That was the signature of the lines.
Yeah. Tommy, how are we doing on time?
49:22.
Fuck.
What? No way.
What did we talk about?
Dude, time
Yeah,
is
like food
rolling.
What the
Time
fuck?
is rolling.
Damn, do we continue?
That is-
And turn off the camera later?
We
Or
got
just
we got a
full
full
video?
15 minutes more.
What do we need? I feel like we've hit like everything that we need for like the video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, is the camera on?
It doesn't look like it.
No way.
Well, the light here is on, but I don't know if it's recording.
Tommy, please.
It's not recording anymore. It stopped recording.
How long ago? We're sorry, guys. Technical issues. Again.
Well, we still have 47 minutes of footage
Tell us how much
left
you've
on the
recorded.
SD card.
Yeah, how much do we have time? Or-
7 minutes.
You recorded
What?
7 minutes? Tommy, you're
Sorry,
fired.
guys.
Thomas, what setting is on it?
I
that's
don't know. I
making it do
looked
this?
through.
Alright, you know what? We're uploading the 7
Yeah.
minutes because
Yeah.
I am sick of this. I am sick of this.
You guys gotta know.
I'm
And
sick
we
of
have a
this
fucking
nonsense.
camera. You see what I'm saying? We get these problems. This is gonna cut out 7
Yeah.
minutes.
Damn,
Oops,
dude.
we're the fucking. Oh my god, man.
Or at least the viewers can
Appreciate.
appreciate it, and
we're-
they can match the voices with the faces.
Yeah, we're trying. We are trying so hard to get a video out. A full video podcast.
This is why we have our Patreon, guys.
Exactly.
Please
Yeah.
go ahead and support us.
Please subscribe. We need
money.
we need the ad revenue.
We need a camera that'll work.
Yeah.
This camera fucking sucks.
Yeah. Like, and you know, honestly, for me personally, and I'm sure I speak for you guys, I'm doing this for the fans. I'm doing this because I want to be able to have nice ass equipment. You know,
Fact.
I want to connect with you guys. I want to be able to talk. I want to be able to record a whole podcast without shutting off.
It's so nice when people hit you up and
Mhm.
they're like, "Listen,
Yeah.
like this and that video was so fucking fun."
Exactly.
It's just like so refreshing to be like,
Exactly.
"Dude, I'm glad you liked it." You know what
Exactly. You know,
Makes you
Be-
want to do
be
it
a
more.
part
I mean?
of it.
Exactly.
it's like the feeling of knowing that there are people who are enjoying the work we're putting in. It's like it's definitely refreshing.
For sure.
Because I'm sure if nobody had told us anything, I'm sure we probably would have stopped. at, like,
Yeah, after,
episode 2.
Yeah.
We probably would have just been like, screw this. But no, you guys, you know, I know so far it's people we know, but, you know,
Still.
even you guys, you
So
know,
far,
it's
yeah,
great.
we still have gotten like feedback,
Yeah. We appreciate
You know,
the support.
it's great.
facts.
No, we hope you stick with us.
We don't appreciate this bullshit camera.
Yeah.
God damn.
It's going
Fucking
right
sucks.
back to the other YouTuber.
I'm calling out the company, Canon.
Yeah, what kind of bull crap you got going on
Some
with the
fucking
camera?
no-name
Yeah.
camera brand. Fuck you.
You could still sponsor us if you want,
don't
but
mind. Give us
I
a
won't.
camera that works.
Yeah, if you all right, Cannon, if you send us a camera that works,
Canon. Fuck the camera. We will literally praise you.
Exactly.
You don't understand, Canon. We're trying to bust our asses out here. This is gonna be the segment. I'm gonna highlight it and say, Canon, please click on this video. Canon, listen. Our information for contact is in the description.
yeah,
We fucking beg you, because we have a camera. The quality's good. It's just the shit fucking shuts off.
Yeah,
like,
what's up
every
with that?
7 or 20 minutes. That's not a setting. It's just bullshit. This camera doesn't fucking work.
Yeah.
Sure, we're borrowing it, but if you guys were able to just let us suck from your fucking
Exactly.
famous nipple, you know what I mean, and give us just a squirt of milk. That's all we need.
if you have any sort of contact or connection with Canon, please
Hit us up.
help us
Canon,
reach out.
We need you.
Did you turn the camera back on?
Did you turn it back on?
No, I turned it off.
Yeah, I'm
Good.
wondering why you guys
Keep
are
it
looking
on.
at it.
Yeah, fuck you, Canon. Oh wait, yeah, I keep looking at it.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking on.
I hope it stays turned on.
Why you care? Fuck you, camera.
Yeah, but Canon,
Cameras.
please help
Yeah.
us. We don't mean it.
We say fuck
But we
you
do.
because of our anger.
It's
But
just, yeah, it's frustrating because we're trying to get the whole video.
Canon, you don't understand how good this would look if you guys were
Exactly.
able to sponsor us and be like, listen, these guys reached out to some like no name
Yeah.
podcast, and we're in here to help. You
Yep,
know what
like,
I mean?
I don't care if it's even one of your prototypes.
Yeah,
it's like
facts.
don't even work.
Just
We'll
give us
take
something that at least
it.
records
Yeah,
for
yeah,
like an
yeah.
hour.
Give us that. It could be straight static.
Yeah, it could literally be like an open box. It doesn't have to be in like a fucking proper like camera setup or something. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Just give us a lens and the shit.
What do you think? We're coming to the conclusion.
I gotta take a fat shit, dude.
Perfect. Super Bowl
Oh
Sunday?
yeah, Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowl.
Who you guys rooting for? Put it down in the comments below.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We gotta post it before
you'll
the
get
Super Bowl.
it. Yeah, facts.
I'm personally rooting for the 49ers.
I don't know why.
If you can't beat them, join them. And the fucking Packers lost twice. But I guess the Packers also suck shit, so.
The Packers are they were such a, like,
Bullshit.
bullshit 13-3 team. Like, I don't think I've ever seen such a non-scary 13-3 team.
Yeah. We were dog shit.
Who are you going for, Ivan?
I said the Chiefs, but I think the 49ers are going to win.
Give us a score.
Score? Like, what's it
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
be? Ooh. Damn, I don't know.
Give us a score.
44-12.
44-12.
Does it work?
I don't know.
I got 42-36 Chiefs. I think it's going to be super high scoring, but it's going to be a good game.
Interesting.
Because I feel like when it comes to offensive showdowns, the defense just kind of goes to shit.
You think there's going to be any good Super Bowl ads? You guys like Super Bowl ads? I heard there was some guy, I saw on Instagram, some guy, his dog had cancer, and he actually bought like a $6 million ad to like advertise on the Super Bowl for the company.
Damn,
that saved his
that's crazy.
I gotta see it to believe it then.
Fact.
Yeah.
If it's not there, it's like, bro.
We got scammed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like this Super Bowl is gonna have a very sort of like Eagles Patriots Super Bowl,
I'm kind of hyped for
where it
it
was
to be
40. I
honest.
think it was 41-38 was the final score.
Yeah, I think so.
high
Something
scores,
like that.
basically.
It was just scoring. Eagles defense came up with the one big play that ultimately decided it. I feel like that's what it's gonna be.
You gotta think again. Like those games aren't really interesting if everyone's scoring and constantly.
Really? You don't think those are fun?
Yeah, I like
love
like that.
I love to see defense. Defense is like a big part of the game.
Dude, defense is no. I
mean,
agree.
it's
I
half
love
of
it,
but it's like, I feel like it's just more hype to see just constant like back and forth, because then it's like the tension gets tighter and tighter.
and I like it because it's like who's gonna choke first.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like last year, the Patriots-Rams 13-3 was so boring. It was just like, oh, the Patriots got the ball, 3 and out. Oh, the Rams got the ball, 3 and out. And the Patriots just got a pick. The Rams could score, 3 and out. And it was just like, all right, I appreciate defense, but it's like, do something. This is getting so boring. And I don't know. I guess I just like those high offensive showdowns. Those are fun to watch. Like,
I think it's gonna be a good game.
I think it's gonna be a great game.
Yeah.
It's two really good teams.
Facts. I feel like they both deserve the attention that they're getting right now in the Super Bowl.
Definitely.
They've both like just shown and strive.
I think it's just I want to see Patrick Mahomes win one.
I mean, Mahomes,
He's a stud.
Mahomes just a beast.
He's such a stud. And it's like Garoppolo, he's good, but I feel like the team is just. He's basically the. I saw the meme of when you do nothing to contribute to the group project, but you still get an A. It's like he threw the ball 8 times. Like franchise quarterback threw the ball 8 times. That just I don't know. That's just weird to me. But
How do you guys feel about other sports like baseball?
Baseball for me is too slow paced.
yeah,
That's why I like hockey.
I follow the news, but I don't follow baseball.
No, I like it because I appreciate like
Mhm.
how much work they put in to
Yeah.
like refine their skills up to that point.
Yeah,
Yeah, but to a certain extent, I feel like baseball has become so robotic, where like everyone just has like the statistics, and it's just like, oh, you need to know who you're gonna put up.
Yeah, I mean
You
that's
know
what
what I
pretty
mean?
much is. Baseball is a game of stats now.
That's exactly. That's what I don't like about it.
yeah. Like when you watch a game and it's like a pitcher comes in. Shoot, I haven't played how long? I haven't played baseball for a while. I've been out of it. So is it righty on righty is bad? I forget how it is.
Yeah, righty on righty is bad.
I think if the batter's a lefty, you want the pitcher to be a
Yeah.
righty.
no, it's
No, that's good.
if no righty. How do I explain this? If you're a right-handed batter and you're going against a left-handed pitcher, you're kind of fucked because they can go inside more,
Yeah.
closer to you.
All right. So yeah. So whatever that was, it's like you see a pitcher just come in, and then it's like, the new batter comes in, they're just immediately like, all right, let's switch to pitcher. It's like, what happened to just letting the guys go at it?
Yeah,
exactly.
Fuck left to right hand. Like, and I get it, they want to win, but it's like,
Yeah.
I feel like that whole nature of it is like,
At the end of the day, the primary is like a one-on-one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Between the pitcher and the batter, and if you're able to just squeeze out that little bit more, that's like what it's going to take.
And it's also like they think of it as a business as well. It's
It
their
is,
job.
though.
It's
It
their
is.
jobs.
yeah.
Like, the more they win, the more money they're gonna
Yeah,
get.
Exactly.
there's literally like people that's their job, that's their lives.
Mhm.
Like they have not scholarships, sorry, fucking they have
Contracts.
Contracts, exactly.
Yeah.
How do you, on the topic of sports being a job, how do you guys feel about how much they get paid? Like, how there's an argument that's like, oh, how do they make so much more than doctors and stuff?
Well, they're entertainment. Entertainment
That's
is
what I'm
king.
saying.
Like you see the Kardashians. I mean, what do they have? What do they have like
Yeah,
special about them? They're just,
exactly.
Nothing.
They're just entertainment. And
Yeah. The media.
and I understand the frustration where it's
It's a
like,
touchy subject.
yeah, like I understand the frustration where it's like doctors should be paid more because they save lives, but it's like,
They also
I mean,
show
a
that,
surgery,
right?
yeah, like a surgery isn't selling out a whole arena.
Yeah, I mean, some people they do like pick being like going into the medical field for
Saving people.
for saving people. You know what I mean? They're not in it for like. I mean, sure, obviously you're gonna get a lot of money. It's a fucking
Money talks.
You're
man.
literally you're putting someone's life on the line, and you're in that moment. You have to know what to do.
Mhm.
But it's just like I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
What's next? What we got?
I think. How long are we?
Yeah. Tell me what's the time?
An hour, 1 minute.
An hour, 1 minute. I think we should wrap it up. What do you guys think?
I'm done. It's up to you guys.
It's up to you guys.
I can keep going.
I don't care.
I mean, shit. Yeah, let's keep going. I don't
Let's go.
care, but let's see.
What happened today in you guys' lives?
Oh yeah. All right. So you know what? I figure I'm gonna be so open with you guys. You're our fans, and I really don't. It's not really something I'm embarrassed about at this point. I've kind of gotten used to it. I have elevated blood pressure, and I get it. I get looked at now, and today I actually had an ultrasound for my chest, and it was honestly probably it was so weird. It was so crazy because I didn't even think they did ultrasounds for your chest. So I got this old lady rubbing how do you say it?
Petroleum.
Jelly.
Yeah, so I walk in, the lady's immediately like, take off your shirt, and I'm like, oh, okay, let's slow down here.
Take off
So,
shirt.
yeah. So I take off my shirt.
Buy me dinner first.
I laid down, and she just immediately just pulls out a whole bottle of the petroleum jelly.
I'm gonna
Just
leave you up.
like squeezes the whole thing all over my chest. It was freezing, and she just like. She gets the thing, and she's just, like, looking around, and I'm a big guy, So I've gotten an abdominal sonogram as well, and it's like, if you're fat, you obviously got a lot of fat, and they really got to shove the thing, like, they got to
get
push
deep in
into you to see any sort of organs. And she got the regular sonograms, and she wanted to get a picture of my chest from underneath. So she had to go like down here, like right under like the left side of your rib cage, like right in this area. And she had to went under and just kind of like stabbed me in there. And she was like, "Yeah, just hold your breath real quick." And I was like, "All right."
That's fucking.
And it was just, it's painful, dude. The cardio one wasn't bad. The abdominal one was bad because the stomach is where all the fat is pretty much. And it was just to see my kidneys. She literally had to like stab me. She had to push the thing.
Why wouldn't she just go in from your back? Because the kidneys are closer to your back, aren't they?
No, the kidneys wasn't. The kidneys she had to go in here.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
And then
on
she
the
went
side.
like this way, and then but to get like in here and like these organs, she had to really just sort of like really get in there.
Yeah, like really push into your stomach.
Yeah, and I remember it hurt
Must be
so
uncomfortable.
bad. It hurt
Are you
so
bruised?
bad. I don't think, not anymore. The abdominal one was a while ago. And I don't know. I'm pretty sure she heard me wincing. 'Cause she was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "It kind of hurts." You know? But,
It's not like a comfortable thing.
Yeah.
I think it must be so weird, man. How old was she?
I don't know.
Like an old
60?
Damn.
50? No, I don't know.
I just think that's
There's
funny.
definitely like an age limit for medical.
Yeah, that's
for
what I'm
doctors,
saying. Like
but-
some old bitch is just coming in with like some jelly. She's like, just lubes you up.
She like kept apologizing for the music. She was like, "I'm sorry for my old people music." I was like,
What kind of
"Dude,
music was it? Was it a vibe?
no, it was like jazz."
Oh god.
Oh, what the
I'm
hell?
offended.
It was just like, she's looking at my heart, and all you hear is like,
Some Kenny G.
and then it's like, when I got the abdominal sonogram done, the lady gave me a bunch of paper towels, and Giovanna, I'm sorry you have to hear this. The lady gave me paper towels, and that was it. She was like, "Here you go, clean yourself off. Go to the right, make a left. That's the exit." She leaves the room, lets me. I'm shirtless when I did the ab sonogram. I get to clean myself up myself. This lady instantly just started like cleaning me with paper towels, and I was like, "Ma'am, please, just give me my paper towels and get out." And then,
Did you tell her that?
what?
Did you tell her that?
I started taking I didn't want to openly be like, "Stop." So I started taking the paper myself, and I was like wiping myself down in hopes that she'd, get the hint that's like, all right, he doesn't need my help. So I wiped that off, and I stand up, and she was just staring at me. I'm still shirtless. She's just staring at me. I was like,
Can I help you?
Lady,
all right.
please.
Yeah, and then she was like, she goes to the door, and she's like, "I'll give you privacy." And she just
After
leaves.
she started rubbing
Yeah,
you.
I was like, "Oh, thank you."
Too late for that now.
Yeah.
Facts.
No, that was it with the heart stuff. She said everything sounded good,
Nice.
so I'm not dying yet.
Good stuff. That's what it's all about.
You have any bad experience with hospitals? Or good experiences?
The Hook story.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
So my grandfather, this is the Cuban one, and he kind of lives because he's like Basque, and Basques are known to like give zero fucks about anyone except for themselves, and it's 100% true. Every Cuban Basque I've met, total piece of shit, dude, and that's just how it is. But this was the time where they drove down and they had their own car. It was a Kia Sportage, which is now my personal car that I used to commute to college. And he's a big fisherman. So he has like these old ass rigs with these old ass setups. And he had a bobber. And I don't know if you guys know what this is. I'll just give you a little description. It's basically just like
It's like a piece of light plastic that floats in the
exactly.
water.
It floats on top, and it has in between like 2 to 3 treble hooks, and treble hooks are like those eagle claw hooks. And it was in like the back of the car, and my brother was picking me and Hunter up just because the bus would take me like half an hour to 45 minutes to get home when I was like 5 minutes down. So he picked us up, and I slung my backpack across because I was sitting in the back with Hunter. Slung my backpack across, and my hand went straight into a hook. And the hook, it was just like, it didn't hurt. And I was just looking at it for like a good minute. I'm like, what the fuck did I just do? And I tried pulling it out, and it wouldn't like budge, whatever. So, we cut it off. My brother's freaking out the whole time.
But the thing is, you sent me a Snapchat
Yeah.
of it was like
It got me.
yeah, it says the hook's in your finger. It says it got me, and I text you like, oh, that's a Photoshop picture.
Yeah.
I honestly thought it was like fake. And then you sent me the aftermath.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
So we ended up going to the hospital in Southampton at first, and we called her mom. And then she's like, no, go to the one in Hampton Bays. So the one in Southampton, we drove like half an hour already. Well, this thing's still fucking inside of me. And it's like starting to hurt more. She's like, no, go to the one in Hampton Bays. While we were at the hospital already. So we drive back to Hampton Bays. It's like another half an hour. And then the guy's like, all right, let me go take a look at it. Yeah, sorry, we don't have the equipment for this. So my mom's like, okay. And my brother's like, fuck you, Mom. We gotta go to the hospital, basically. Like, I told you, you know what I mean? Because he was, like, trying to take care of me. She's like, okay, go home, I got this. She brings me back to the hospital, and we're there waiting for, like, half an hour. Then Johnny Prieto, he comes in, and he's, like, dying, dude. He looks like, you know that episode of SpongeBob where he gets, like, the suds?
Oh, my God.
And he looks like that, dude. He comes in, and he's like, hey, Mrs. Zagorski. I'm like, oh, what's up, Johnny? And then he's, like, dying, waiting there. We get called in. And then I'm just chilling there with the hook for like another half an hour on my finger. This is like 2 hours in, this thing's still in, but it's not like bleeding propulsively.
This is the emergency room, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So he comes in with like a fucking carpenting box with like just like scissors and like metal cutters and shit and wire cutters and shit. And he opens it up and it's got all these fishing lures and shit. And he's like, so I finally caught the big one, huh? So I'm like, okay, this is funny. So he like stabs my my finger with like some fucking anesthetics, whatever. So I don't feel anything. And he just cuts it. And then he like puts the lure in his box. And I'm like, I want it back.
As a keepsake?
Yeah, so I fucking took
God.
it. I told him like, listen, I want my lure back as memoriam. Then the next day, I kid you not, my grandpa had it back on the fishing pole already, and he started using it again.
Then, no lures wasted.
No lures wasted, not for him. That was basically like, no, the scar's kind of gone, but I had like just 2 little dots.
No, some hospitals are just like it's like, what's the point of the emergency room? Half the time they take like 2 hours anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like technically not the emergency room, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're coming in an ambulance, you're instantly getting shit.
Oh,
but
yeah,
if
right.
it's like, say,
It's
like,
what choice they have.
Yeah,
You're already
exactly.
in the bed.
no, I know, but
They can't
still,
just be like, put him in the waiting room.
like I fucked up my ankle once, like when I went
Yeah.
like skateboarding, and I could have sworn it was like shattered because my foot was on the board, my left foot, and then my right foot I was like using to like pedal, and my right foot it like got gripped onto something and it totally turned while my board was still going, so my body was just like, and I heard a snap. I was like, fuck, and I lived like 2 blocks down. So I was like, you know what, whatever. So I'm like skating on it, just trying to get home, and I'm calling my mom, and she's not answering. I'm like, I hate my life right now. So I walk in, she comes out of the shower. She's like, what happened to you? I'm like, nothing. So then I walk like in, and then I'm just like totally fucked. My ankle gives out. I'm like, and I'm gone. So I fall on the floor. My dad's like, bro. And I go to the hospital. They're like, yeah, alright, we got you. So this was like a half an hour in, and they put me in a room, or like they put me outside of a room, and inside a little girl just comes in who just broke her arm, and they like fucking aligned it back and put the cast and shit. So she was screaming and crying. This was like my first time in the hospital, so I was freaking out. I'm like, dude, I don't want this to happen to me. I'm gonna be in so much pain. They're like, alright, we're just gonna make this like fake cast for you. I'm like, alright, whatever. So then they have me in that. And then I have to go to like an X-ray specialist. They're like, "Yeah, it looks like it's fractured, but we don't know." And turned out to be like hairline. They're like, "Yeah, just wear a brace, you're fine."
Oh, that's nice. I mean, the only time I ever had to go to the emergency room was when my thumb. I had an infected finger.
Oh shit!
It was about like double the size of the other one.
When did that happen?
Maybe like 2 years ago.
Shot.
Yeah, and at night I just couldn't go to sleep. I just felt it throbbing and throbbing and throbbing. Like,
How do you get infected? Do you know?
no clue. One day after the carnival, it started getting a little bit bigger day by day, and at one point it was just too much.
Damn.
I had to go to the hospital. They gave me antibiotics, and then one day I just started like pushing on it, and this like weird like
Cyst?
no, not a cyst, but like pus came out, and then this like blob of pus and nastiness just came out.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, I still got a little scar too. You can see it right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of bruises getting infected.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was a kid on the football team who had a bruise on his shin, and he didn't think anything of it. And then I'm pretty sure it got like super infected and Liege.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
the bruise he thought it was just a bruise, and it became super infected. I'm pretty sure he had to get surgery for it and everything.
Yeah, I remember this.
And like he missed the season, and I mean, honestly, that got me so scarred of bruises. It's like,
I heard of some kid on the soccer team. You know how they wear the long socks?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he decided to shave his legs, and then the next day his leg was infected because he cut himself shaving.
No.
Yeah.
Did you not like? Was it just like a rusty razor or some
I
shit?
got no clue. But how the hell do you get infected from shaving?
I don't know. Especially like a leg. It's not like there's so many fucking like small little
it's definitely
parts.
like a
to it.
rusty.
Yeah,
razor.
for sure.
There was, honestly, our school has had our fair share of kids getting, really bad injuries. Because there was a kid who completely snapped his leg. I think
Who
it
was
was
that?
2 years ago. I don't remember who it was. A kid on the soccer team like snapped his leg in half.
Jesus, damn.
Yeah, that's the scary part of sports.
Yeah, fact.
Yeah.
Push your body.
Mm-hmm.
But you know the risk when you join.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you're signing up for.
Mm-hmm.
And they make you sign it for a reason. It's like contracts.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
So they can't sue, or you
Exactly.
can't sue.
and that's the other thing that's like reading stuff that you
that you sign.
like when ever since I started playing sports, I'd get all the paperwork. I wouldn't read a lick of words, man. I'd probably read like
I
sign here.
accept.
Yeah, I accept. I would literally just look for the
line for
I
you to sign.
blank accept,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, all right.
Like it could say, I hereby give my soul to the Hampton-Based High School, and I would just
Yeah.
sign it. I wouldn't read that
Fuck
shit.
yeah, I'd be like, sports.
It's required.
Yeah.
Yeah. You did sports in your final 2 years in high school, no?
Final year.
Or final
Did
year.
track.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was awesome. I loved it. Talked about it before. I scored 1 point for the team, but that's like only like 30% of the track team scored regardless. So I was happy.
Yeah,
Then
that's
again, literally like a fucking dime piece was like on our team, so it's kind of like hard to get points when
Yeah.
you have literally like an Olympian. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Literal, like,
I could see
everyone
him.
would get, like, a certain, like, range, and then his would be, like, 2 or 3 times just greater.
You're talking about
Flint, not
Quinn,
Flint, Quinn, yeah.
yeah. That
Quinn
dude was
Smith,
jacked, dude.
He's the man.
When Quinn Smith is an Olympian,
He'll remember us.
Yeah.
No, he
Get
definitely
him.
will, for sure. We got to get him in before he becomes the Olympian.
Exactly.
Yeah, or just gonna be too big.
Exactly.
Or become bigger than him. There you go.
Yeah,
That's the
right.
plan, dude.
And you just play baseball, right?
Yeah, I don't really do any sports besides baseball. But it was like you learn from sports, like not just the game itself, but like you grow with people and stuff like that,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which is good.
And like another thing that it was Hampton Bays really for most sports, not all, hasn't been good in years. But we were lucky enough to me and Ivan's junior and senior year, we had they weren't like super successful teams, but we had honestly probably one of the greatest coaches you could ever ask for, because it was Coach Meehan, Coach Pete
Yeah.
Meehan. I think he's still there, but this is his final year.
Yeah, this is final year of basketball actually. Last year was Monday.
And baseball, I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
Yep. So, we were lucky enough to have just, literally the Messiah, man.
He was
it's
that
like
good?
because he loved obviously winning. He wanted to be a successful coach, but it got to a point where it's like, and I know it probably sounds sad, but it's like he realized okay, the team's not as talented as we need to be to succeed, but he never let that like piss him off or be like, man, my team sucks. Like he eventually would just both times he turned the season into really just like, to me, valuable life lessons.
Yeah, he wanted
Yeah.
people to grow in their
Yeah.
lives.
He didn't.
There's more than just a game.
It's like baseball's there for life's there forever. Baseball is just a temporary thing, and like he at times would give us talks, and he just showed so much about life. He really just reflected it, and we had an assistant coach who was great, and Pete would talk about like loyalty and just stuff about life, and it's like when he would go on those talks, when he would start those conversations about life, it was like baseball meant nothing to me.
Yeah.
It was like it's
You
sort
were just
of
there in the
it was.
moment.
I was just in the moment where it's like it's like this man, like he was a baseball coach, but it's like he's teaching me so much more than this. Because I mean, at the end of the day, unless you're in the pros, baseball's a game.
Yeah,
It's not.
it's a pastime.
It's a pastime. You're not doing it for the rest of your life. I mean, if you're in the pros, I get it. It's your job, but it's like he wasn't like those. I feel like blinded high school coaches where it's like, this is your job.
Yeah.
This is like, it's like he would see it as like, hey, this is a time for people to meet each other, make friends, talk to each other, and just like, he just put life into a whole new perspective, and I think that's what I was grateful for. And it's like, you know, you could think I'm lying, but I prefer what I had here in Hampton Bays, learning these valuable life lessons over a state championship any day.
Yeah. Like, you gotta compare Coach Meehan and our team to Matituck. Complete assholes, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like, sorry, I'm probably super loud right now.
Yeah. They were complete assholes. Like, every time, you know, I'll come back to that.
Just tilt the glass.
Alright. Keep going.
Yeah, like, what would they say? They would go, bam, man, like, every 15 seconds.
Or just shout out so many things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it was clear that, like, you know, and I'm not going to be in denial. Everybody wants to win. But it was clear that, to them, winning meant more than being a decent human being.
The coaches wouldn't do anything too. They wouldn't tell them to shut up or anything.
Exactly.
Eventually, Mr. Meehan would have to tell the coaches.
He would get upset, tell them to, like, you know, be quiet or whatever. And then all of a sudden, he was portrayed as the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you know, we get it. You're the more talented team. You know, you're crapping on us, but it's like,
there's a certain point.
Yeah, just be respectful. Like, you know, it was rare, but against, like, Amityville and stuff, we had certain games where we shitted on another team.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, if we were to say anything unsportsmanlike, whether it's like yell, like scream something suddenly to scare him or whatever, it was like he would get on you instantly.
Yeah, he would yell at you. He would get so mad.
He would get pissed. If you got mad, if you threw your helmet, if you threw your bat, he was pissed. He was on you. He would preach stuff about, like, you know, it doesn't matter if you're down 30 or up 30. It's like you just have to have that mentality and that sportsmanship. Like, and then, you know, again, he's just connected all of that to life.
It's going to stick with me for the rest of it, honestly.
Exactly.
Like, he made such an impact on me.
Coach Meehan is one of the best coaches you know, and, like, he's such a great person. And, you know, I'm forever grateful that I was able to be a pupil of his.
I would like to go to his first and last game.
Yeah, I definitely want to try to make it to one of his games. Mm-hmm. And, you know, another thing, we Hampton-based baseball hasn't been successful in, like, years, but I'm pretty sure we have won the sportsmanship award, like, 10 years in a row.
Listen, that's something.
Yeah. And, you know, it was great. It was great. He was great. And when it was so rare, so very rare that he would ever get out of, like, sportsmanship form, but, like, when the times where he would, it was, like, the best feeling. Like, whenever he would, like, actually say some shit like, oh, you know, let's kick their ass or stuff like that. It's like, it was so like rare, but it's like when it happened, it was like, we just wanted to play for him.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I never had that.
Dude, I weeped buckets my last game.
What?
I was crying buckets my last game.
I know, I cried too. It was
like, I made such a nasty face.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
It was my junior year when he gave the speech at the end of the season. I cried a lot too.
Yeah. Even though he was coming back, I still cried.
Yeah.
Shit ton.
I know he was coming back. We weren't. Oh wait, no, we were.
Yeah.
But like the end of our senior year, it was just he was great, and I remembered just handing in the last piece of uniform, and it was like it was heartbreaking because it was a part of me that was like, Coach Meehan was honestly like a grandpa to me.
A role model.
Yeah.
He was like someone that's like, you know, like because I got used to seeing him 6 days a week. You know, I see him all the time. That it was to a point where it's like I didn't want to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck baseball. It was just like I just wanted to like just be with him because he was just like such a guide, you know. And you know, baseball ended, and that was tough saying goodbye to him and stuff. But you know, I probably am going to see him. I'm going to definitely go to some baseball games this year. But yeah, you know, he's left memories that I'm never going to forget about.
Till the day I die.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Mr. Meehan's our next guest, actually. No, I'm kidding.
Can you imagine? Speaking of Mr. Meehan, he's actually in the room with us.
Mr. Meehan. Mr. Meehan, how are you?
What's up, fellas?
No, he would get. I mean, I'm pretty sure with us, our senior year was, I think, like 30, 40 years of him coaching?
He started in 92, I think. So
Okay, so it wasn't like a technical milestone, but it was big.
Yeah.
It was but it's just like he's been coaching for so long that it's like I'm sure he'd have stories. Like,
Yeah. Like
Oh, wait, in 2018 that would have been his 30th, right? 92. Wait,
No,
no,
that's
that's
not how math
26.
works.
oh man. Wait,
no, dude.
yeah, no, dude.
Yeah.
Man's great. Man's a great person. If this ever goes out to him, you know.
Thank you for everything, honestly.
Yeah, thank you.
I wish I would have met him.
Have you ever seen him?
No, but yes,
he was
I
a
have.
math
He
teacher.
retired as a teacher, but stayed as a coach.
You know, I would see him during track.
No, he's
When
so
I would,
funny.
yeah.
He was so
He was
sarcastic.
just, yeah, you know what? I'll go into maybe like little funny stories about him. I remember Saturday morning practices. This one kid brought him breakfast sandwiches, and he was like, you know, he was just eating it on the table normally, and he started like full on coughing, and I was like, shit, this guy's about to die, because he was like, it was so bad, and then he just drank water. And he's like, went down the wrong pipe. I thought it was so funny. Like
Coach Meehan or the kid?
Coach
Coach
Meehan.
Meehan.
No,
He was like dying. He was so red, and then he just drinks water. He's like, oh, man, must have went down the wrong pipe. He just had such a sudden voice, and it was so funny.
Just the way he spoke, too.
Yeah,
it was
the way
always
he spoke.
just clear, concise, and then just like
Yeah,
sarcastic, but not at the same time.
yeah. He would not laugh. The most you would get from him is like a sideways smile. That's
Or
it.
you get like a
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like, how old is he? 50 something?
Has
At
to be.
least,
Or-
at least a little over.
Well,
50.
when you retire, it's 63, no?
It's above 55 for sure.
50. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like this man would take comebackers off the bat right to his shoulder, and he would just be like, "Oh, that's it," and he'd be right back in there like nothing happened.
Man.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah.
That guy's a fucking tank.
He got hit a bunch of times, and like towards the end of our high school time, we were scrubs,
Yeah.
and he got hit by a comebacker when the team was a stud our freshman year. And it was like actual players.
Yeah.
He took a comebacker to the shoulder, and he was just like, he was fine. He was like, "Oh man, you know, this is why we stand behind the L screen." And he was just
That's like the big thing for me for baseball. Like I can literally picture like someone like fucking pitching like a 90 right to my face and being like, "Fuck life, dude." Like take me out, dude.
Yeah, no,
Just kill me.
You'd be surprised how rare it actually is to get hit.
Mhm.
I mean, really, the only times you get hit in the face with a baseball is if like you just full on miss it with your mitt. But like a pitch, you usually have
No,
enough time.
I'm talking about like when you're a batter.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
when you take a pitch, like you may think like, but it's like you usually have enough time to react to it.
Yeah.
So where it's pretty rare that you take one to the face.
It's like you have a secondary act almost, like
Mhm.
a second and a half.
I just think about it and I flinch. It's just like, fuck.
I mean, it's like it's great. Like it's a quick, literally just like this or like this that
Mhm.
it misses you. But no, I understand where people would be scared, but it's honestly pretty unlikely
Mm-hmm.
that.
Actually, I don't know about that one. You know, damn, I don't want to say his name. Remember JP?
Yeah.
Chi. What do you think? He hit like 4 or 5 batters in a row.
Ow, dude.
Oh
my god, dude.
No, James Fuccio, another Hampton
I say
We'll
JP
have
for a
James.
reason.
We'll have James
James,
Angler on.
the
Yeah.
musical god.
Yeah.
He came in. I remember it was against Babylon, a great
Yeah.
team, and we were getting sauced on. So they put him in. I go in to catch for him. It's already a mess.
You sent him out as the assassin.
Yeah. So I go.
Put him on the best batters. Cut him out, James.
I go in to catch. It's a foggy day. It was so humid. I wear glasses, so during games I would wear glasses. So my glasses kept fogging up as I was catching, and you know I'm catching a pitch every time. So I'm just freaking out. I was like, I can't see shit. This kid's throwing fastballs at me. I call an inside fastball because I was like, James worked with Lou. Lou's a college pitcher. You know, I'm like, you know, he knows what he's doing at least. I call an inside fastball. Fucking pegs him in the shoulder, and I'm like, all right, you know, first pitch. I'm not worried.
Oh, and the thing was, every time that we get hit, it would be cheeseburger.
Yeah, because I guess they had a tradition where they get a cheeseburger if they get hit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Damn, James bankrupted him, the coach, after that.
he hits the player. The player goes, I'm like, oh shit, all right, you know, let's just call a fastball down the middle. Pegs him again. I'm just like, okay. And the ump's behind me. He goes, calling outside fastball so he doesn't hit the next guy. He's like, yeah, no problem. Calling outside fastball, pegs him again. And Coach Meehan just immediately goes out there and takes him out. I was like, bro.
Dude, do you remember in gym class when it was like the class with like you, me, Davis, and like Jeffrey and shit?
Oh, it was like,
and we were
8 people.
Yeah, so we had like 8 people in our class, and then we were combined with like the big ass fucking group, and we played California kickball.
Yeah.
And you remember how sweaty James would be like
Oh
playing,
my God,
and
dude.
how he would book the fucking. He would sprint, dude.
Like someone was chasing with a knife, dude. That's how
Yeah.
fast.
I was like, dude, this is not human, man.
Yeah. And I remember that, and then James was the slow. All right, dude, you could put a turtle, and he'd probably run the same speed as James in baseball.
Yeah. Oh my God. He didn't want to pull his his hammies.
Yeah, he pulled his hammy once, and then he was just like, I guess, scared that he was gonna pull it again.
How, dude? He full on like was like life or death in gym, but
I know.
he wouldn't like do that in baseball.
I guess not.
Damn,
Yeah.
man.
He hit a triple once. That should have been an inside park home run.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It was funny because do you know how scoring works on like force plays and stuff?
No.
So if you have someone on first and third with one out, and the batter hits a grounder and they get a double play, the run won't count. But if the guy gets there and they only get one out, the run will score.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was first and third. James hits a grounder, so we're thinking, because in high school, double plays happen, definitely happens a lot, but usually high school kids are fast enough to where they'll beat a double play out, and it was just, he hit the grounder, the runner from third was coming in, we were hyped because we were like, oh, alright, at least we're getting a run, and then we just see it's James fucking cinder blocks on his feet, just chugging down the line, and the whole bench just go, oh, James.
Oh man, dude.
Oh my God, it was funny.
That's fucking awesome.
James was great.
Man, he had his moments too.
Yeah, definitely.
He had like a pop up once, and the other team was in their dugout, and he goes, "What was it like? Who did we go against? Like team wise? Do you remember?"
Babylon, Matatalk.
Like,
Wait,
either
was
way,
our senior year or junior year?
junior. Either way, like he goes, I'll use Babylon as an example. He goes, the pop up comes out, and he just screams, "Babylon, watch out!"
Yeah, he had this high pitched voice. That was so funny, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like it's definitely not just James and just sports though.
Yeah.
Like we had, were you in the
Math class?
dude?
Yeah, dude.
James, alright. So James, he was like kind of a slow learner. He was just a little slow learner. That's just it. Some people were fast in the class, some people were slow in the class. And James, he would always like sit up front and he would try to focus. And this was like a class where like everyone knew each other and everyone was always talking. And James, he wasn't shy of that, you know what I mean? He would always talk and shit, and he would be so loud and obnoxious at times, but no one would say anything because, it's James, you know what I mean? You can't hate the kid.
Yeah.
But sometimes when someone would, like, say something so, like, just a one-on-one conversation, James would just turn to them and scream and be like, "Can you stop? Fucking class started already," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Dude, James, are you alright?" And he's like, "Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm under so much pressure." And it would just be like a back and forth, man. And it was so funny. Because he would just explode, and it's just like he's such like an honest like kid that you wouldn't expect.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
When we get Jordan Haynes on this show,
Oh, he's got stories.
He's got James stories galore. Also, he does such a funny impression of him. And I probably should save this story for him. Because I don't remember the exact details.
Should we then?
No, because I have to get this off my chest. So, he was in physics class with Mr. Baldman. That's what I'll call him.
Big man.
And you know how sometimes we would have the turkey hot dogs for lunch?
Yeah.
We would have the hot dogs. So he would go in there and he would take the hot dogs and just like a cartoon and just like one go, just go and then just eat the whole hot dog. And Jordan told me that James came into Mr. Baldman's class And Mr. Baldwin was like, "Hey, no eating in my classroom for today." And he said, James just went, "Oh, sorry, Mr. Baldwin." Took the hot dog and just went, and then he just swallowed it.
Oh my!
In one go?
I mean, that's what Jordan said. I assume it wasn't just like he slurped it because that seems unlikely. But
Dude,
I could see James. Honestly,
He's
I
so
could see
funny.
James just going and just
Yeah,
eating a
for
hot
sure.
dog.
Tommy, give us the time.
You're in the hour 34.
Damn, man.
Fucking crazy. We
Yeah.
just talked about half an hour of like baseball and James.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Once we have, I feel like a more comfortable studio with a bunch of more stuff, more technology, computers and stuff. I feel like we're gonna easily be able to hit like 4 hours and shit, 4-hour podcasts.
Yeah, like
and
nothing.
stuff.
Like, this feels like nothing right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
facts.
So, maybe we can get like a little laptop or something.
Big
We'll see.
facts.
We have our tech guy though, Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy
Tommy's
hasn't
a
been
bomb
busy
over
today.
there.
Tommy, look something up real
Yeah,
quick.
what's in the news today?
Thomas, give
Look
us
up-
the number one highlight.
Look up news right now and tell us the first headline.
This will be a good way to finish it.
Yeah. This is the daily news of the day.
Facts.
We gotta have like little segments in this time. You know what I mean?
I spoke to Adrian about how like on certain days we should have a segment where it's
Yeah,
like oh, it's Thursday, guys, it's time for the blah blah blah
Yeah.
today.
Or like
Yeah.
Throwback Thursday.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Blah, blah,
Yeah.
Or like on Fridays we do a board game.
Look at his face. You know he's got
Yeah,
something.
he found
good.
something juicy.
Thomas, talk to us.
Well, say the first one.
The first one is about Trump's impeachment.
Oh, great.
blah. Oh, nice. Let's skip that one.
Yeah. What's the second one?
Give us like a non-political one.
The second one is also Trump's impeachment.
Perfect.
What's
Third
The
one.
third one.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Most of them are
Just Trump's impeachment?
Look up news, not Trump.
News, non-political.
Yeah, non-political news.
The liberal media.
Oh my god. Nothing, huh?
It's just all Trump.
Well, there's a website, but you have to sign up for it.
Bro.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
So annoying, man.
Let's see. Who's on the number one Billboard on music right now?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, right?
It's probably
It might be
Billie Eilish.
Or Eminem. I'm thinking Eminem.
It might be Billy. It might be The Weeknd.
No, I can't see Eminem on number one.
Yeah, his new album just came out.
Yeah, but I don't think it's enough to get it to number one.
All right, let's see.
Definitely a top 5. I feel like top 10 right now.
Top 10. I don't think he would hit top 5. To be
Number
honest
one
with
in my guess right now, Billie Eilish.
you. Yeah.
She's pretty big. Didn't she win the?
Yeah.
4 Grammys.
She apologized.
For what?
She's like, Ariana Grande, you should have won this one.
Because the camera caught her mouthing when she won her 4th one.
Yeah,
Caught her
she's like,
mouthing.
please don't let
Yeah,
me win.
please don't be me.
Oh my god.
See, bro, just take it.
Number one is The Box by Roddy Ricch.
That's song though. Look up artist. No,
Dude, that was good.
look up the number one artist right now.
It's probably Roddy Ricch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, what about Toes?
Toes by the Baby.
Yeah. I got Toes.
Who is that? I thought
It's Anthony.
Anthony.
All right, the number one album in the world. Let's look at that.
That one might be
Music to be
Eminem.
murdered by, probably. For the album.
So I saw a thing that at release with no like hype or anything, he got like 30 million sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just dropped out of nowhere. Right?
Oh, did
Yeah.
you guys see that 50 Cent got his star?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking Dre and Eminem were there
Yeah,
too.
that was hype.
Yeah.
Like the star in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Does Eminem have one?
I don't know. I know Dre has one. I know Snoop Dogg has one.
Dre. Oh, that's Dre.
Yeah.
Number one artist is Eminem.
Ah, what I tell you?
yeah.
What I tell you, dude?
No shit.
Who's number 2?
Billy.
Halsey.
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 Why? She hasn't dropped shit in a while.
Yeah, she
Who's
did.
that?
She just Halsey's like, dude, you know her, but you don't. It's hard to explain. She's like in every song, but she's like,
Where she's like the vocals, or like
yeah,
Like, if you listen to her voice, you'll know who she is.
yeah. But it's like if you look at like a picture of Halsey, it's like, who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? She's just like a basic bitch.
What's the copyright thing? Like 5 seconds?
Oh, for the
Yeah, that you can play a song.
yeah. Or you
Wow.
can use
Jay-Z's probably like 1 second. He's a piece of shit, dude.
Does he
For all
actually
that
like,
stuff? Yeah. He literally like doesn't have it like open on like on a Spotify
Look,
or anything like
I'll play
that.
the 5 seconds.
Go on. Next.
The ad is
That's
longer than
wrong.
copyright.
That's Domino's. And now this is Love in Action.
Both of the ads are longer.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Quick, dude, stop!
Quick, turn it off! We're gonna get
You
copyright.
have to play royalties now.
Yeah,
Damn.
imagine. I'm taking everything. I want the camera that's not yours.
Man.
Camera that doesn't work. I'm surprised Eminem, to be honest, got number
Yeah,
one.
no, I'm shocked because I know the album popped off, but I didn't expect.
I didn't
to
expect
pop
people to
out
give
enough.
like that much of his shit anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, I feel like people were so quick to say like no album trash, but that's only because it's like I feel like everybody was saying that because his last 2 albums was terrible. His last 2 albums,
You didn't like Kamikaze?
I wasn't a fan. Of
What?
And what was the one before that?
That one was
Revival was trash.
Revival
everyone,
was dog
Everyone
shit.
thought it was dog shit.
And it is
Even
dog
he
shit.
thinks it's dog shit.
Yeah.
he literally says it in the song.
Imagine how fucked up you gotta be for that.
What was
Where
it?
you're like, oh, you know, I know it's shit.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna put it out. You think it was that, or
It
you think
still
it's just
got
like
millions.
I think he
people were like, you know what, it's shit, and he's like, you know what, let me go back. Yeah, it is shit.
No,
maybe he was like blinded or
probably.
Maybe because that was like so political. That was the
Yeah.
one with like the
the Donald
fuck
Trump. Is.
Trump. Yeah,
He still says stuff about Trump,
Yeah.
but not as hard, you know.
yeah,
But it's also, I think it's a point of like he doesn't give a shit because it's like he's getting millions off.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
And he's so old now.
It's like-
Mhm.
even
matter.
even hate views are still views. You know?
Facts.
You know, like Alex Jones.
Yeah,
Like he gets like tons of money, but it's mostly hate views,
Yeah.
bro. Like, 'cause of
but I mean, he says like so much controversial shit. You know
like
what I mean?
Is Alex Jones the bald guy?
No, Alex
He's
Jones is
I'm
the
kinda
guy that's like
retarded.
he's like,
he's not bald.
The guy.
Yes.
Wait, is it the guy who said I'm kind of retarded?
yeah,
I'm kind of retarded. Yeah,
When I-
fucking water's making the frogs again. That guy. That's Alex Jones, and yeah. Even like Joe Rogan's like, listen, dude, we left off on like a bad start. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Joe Rogan would like just talk about shit that was like so controversial, and he's just like Alex Jones comes up with these theories that like to a certain extent you have to question, but it's like, all right, how far is too far?
I mean, what's the fucked up one he had was the Sandy Hook
Yeah,
elementary school one.
that's
was
the
a
one that
hoax.
got him the most hate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, apparently people like put words in his mouth, and then that was like the shit that like exploded.
Yeah.
But then he like goes on to like defend himself, saying he didn't actually say that. But then there's like some proof that like, he kind of basically said that. But I don't know.
I mean, some of the Sandy, like, and I'm not saying Sandy Hook didn't happen because I.
Yeah, but
honestly
isn't there
think-
like theories?
There's theories, and honestly, a
And there's,
lot
like,
of
no
them.
gravestones or
A
something.
lot of them. No, I mean, yeah, but there's a theory that there was another gunman, which is believable. I feel like that's not like a far reach that there was someone else involved. But the main one was like it was showing the footage of the whole outside area of the school during the shooting, and it shows it shows one cop, and that's it. There's no ambulance. There were no cops, and it showed the whole footage of throughout the whole shooting.
What's the police report like? Does it talk about shit like that?
I mean, I'm sure it does. I saw the video a while ago, but it was like how is there a mass shooting going on in an elementary school and there's only one police officer there, and stuff like that. And like it's crazy how people do come up with this stuff.
well, then you can't really set up base too close to the school to like shoot the gunman,
yeah.
like open fire. So you gotta get the full picture. You can't just get like one video,
Mm-hmm.
So
You have to be open-minded with shit like that.
yeah,
But I don't know.
and other people saying like it was a hoax by the government because they wanted more gun control.
Yeah, gun control.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Especially like when you take like an incident that like actually happened and then you twist it just so you can like force your political view.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
fucked up. Where you're like Sandy Hook Elementary School happened because this gun control bullshit. Exactly. And like people who argue like, oh, the Holocaust didn't happen.
That's
That's
bogus,
like,
bro.
That's when it's like, all right, now you're just like fucking with people. You know what I mean? Because people have lost their families and grandparents due to that
Yeah.
shit. And it's
And like you even see people with their serial
The
numbers,
numbers,
the
yeah.
numbers on their wrist tattooed.
Yeah.
Like, how are you not gonna believe it at that point?
Yeah. There's literally video evidence of the soldiers going in.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's video evidence of like the trains and shit. Because when I went to Poland, I went to Auschwitz and
Oh, you did?
Birkenau. Dude, 10 minutes like within like going to Auschwitz, my stomach flipped, man. And I was like, I didn't know like we were that close. I just felt it. And then I'm like, are we close? He's like, yeah, 5 minutes. I'm like, fuck, dude. Because I could tell. Like,
You see like the piles of shoes and glasses and stuff like that.
yeah, they have it like behind like mirrors and not mirrors,
Yeah,
sorry, glass, and yeah, obviously. But it's just like
It's heart wrenching, dude.
it's hard to look at.
You see these pictures of these malnourished, full grown men, or not grown anymore, but like all you see is bones and their eyes look like they're popping out of their sockets because
Yeah.
there's no meat left around them.
And
Crazy.
we're like the last generation to really like to have full alive Auschwitz like Holocaust survivors. And I remember I saw the one interview with one, and he spoke about how like when they got freed, it was like everybody ran out, and it was like the part that like really got me. Like he said, and the people who couldn't walk literally force crawled themselves out. And it's like just to think about that, like it's like it's being so malnourished where it's like I can't even walk,
Yeah.
but just the desperation to get out of there, it's like like crawling.
You just literally like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah,
Fucking crazy.
this was
And the thing is, like, this starts still happening in the world. Like North Korea,
Yeah.
the concentration camps.
Facts, dude.
Man, like you've seen those North Korean defectors.
Mm-hmm.
They look like Holocaust survivors because they're still malnourished. There's no food.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy to think that a government that literally has your people like that, and you're just like okay with it.
yeah, it's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
It really
It's
is.
morbid.
man,
Well, I'm glad we ended the podcast on
Yeah.
such a high note.
Tommy, wait, Tommy, find something good.
Yeah,
Find a
yeah,
good
facts.
topic to end on.
we went from music to Holocaust. I don't know how it
Yeah,
happened.
yeah, exactly. How the fuck did we do that? Where did we transition that from? Sandy Hook, Alex Jones.
Alex Jones saying the Sandy Hook controversy.
But how did we get to Alex Jones? We're talking about.
Oh, 50 Cent. 50 Cent's
We went from Eminem being number one to 50 Cent's star to with Dre. Dre all had stars. And then,
I think you just brought up Alex Jones.
yeah, you just.
No, you.
I didn't bring up Alex Jones.
Yeah, you said.
I'm the
wait,
one-
No,
I'm
you
the
brought
one-
up Alex Jones.
No, I didn't.
No,
I was
you
just.
did.
Oh, I did? I
Yeah.
don't remember how.
Because remember
The
I
viewers
asked,
are gonna know.
I asked,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah.
is this the guy who said it? Wait, more retarded?
That's what I'm saying.
You brought up Alex Jones, and then you started talking about
No,
Joe
you said
Rogan.
Alex Jones, and I'm like, because you said bald, and I'm like, wait. And then you're like, wait, isn't that the guy who said I'm kind of retarded?
Nah, we got a recording. We'll look it back.
Facts.
Yeah. I'm positive you brought up Alex
I'm
Jones.
almost 100% sure you said it.
I don't even know who Alex Jones was.
No,
I thought you did, though.
No, I was just
You
explaining
said
it.
Joe Rogan with Alex Jones.
No, I said Joe Rogan after because I was talking. Because
No,
we were
no,
talking about
you combined them. You said Joe Rogan was with Alex. You said Joe
I said
Rogan.
Joe Rogan after because you brought up Alex Jones, and then I told
No,
you who
then
Alex
he
Jones
did.
was. I'm
Oh,
telling you,
Forget
you
it.
did.
We'll look at
Alright,
it
we'll see it.
next time.
Thomas.
No.
Thomas, how long are we in?
It was Thomas.
Also, who said it first?
Thomas is the Holocaust.
We're an hour 47 minutes.
All right,
We're
Yeah.
at 47 minutes. All right.
You can go for a little bit longer. End it on a high note. Instead of
Thomas, give us
Holocaust.
something.
Yeah,
good,
give us a
dude.
good topic.
Give us like a new animal was found or something.
I don't
Tell
know
us about
what you
tell
want
us
to do.
about Australia. Is
Yeah,
it
well,
like
how's
right
Australia?
here?
That's not a good note.
Oh,
They're-
man.
No,
That's
they
not
might
a
be
good topic.
recovering though.
Hell no.
Oh, dude.
I saw a video of
Are they still burning?
Yes.
Bruh.
I saw a video of these two fire trucks. They were trying to escape the bushfires, and it looked like it was like a mile away. And then you see like 2 minutes later, they're engulfed in flames. Both the fire trucks, and they're just trying to hunker down
That's
and
crazy.
survive the
That's insane.
fires.
They can do it.
No more sad
That's-
stories.
Like that's why you get the phrase "it spreads like wildfire" because it's so fast. You don't have time to react.
Facts.
Tommy, find something.
I'm working on it.
You know the safest place to be in a fire is where the fire already was because there's nothing left to burn.
You're right. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Only you can help prevent forest fires.
Do you have one, Tommy? Because I think I have one.
Let's hear it.
Bill Gates' daughter, Jennifer formerly Jennifer Gates, is engaged.
There you go.
Reportedly has massive diamond ring.
Cool.
Damn.
Who is she
when you're-
married to? Do you know?
Let's find out.
The creator of Amazon.
Wait, what the fuck?
Probably not some schmuck, dude.
No, definitely not.
No.
He's an Indian guy.
Okay.
Oh, Nayel Nassar.
Do you think it's like a power play?
You think it was forced marriage?
Good.
I mean, Nayel Nassar only got 60,000 followers. He's an Egyptian show jumper, proudly partnered with CWD Cellier, Cavalleria Toscana, Kentucky Horsewear, Ogilvy Equestrian, Parlanti GPA 60 Legend.
Never heard of him. What
Yep.
does he look like? Is he a car bomber? Damn, dude. He is handsome.
Damn, bro, he's cute.
Oh, man.
I wish he'd put a ring on me.
Alright, that's good.
Well, that's a good note.
What's her name?
Alexandra Gate.
Jennifer? Jennifer Gates. Congratulations.
Yeah. Please sponsor us.
Happy for you.
Give us one of your diamond rings.
Yep.
It's crazy. So I read in on this, and it's like, so Bill Gates, he like didn't want to like spoil his children. He's like, listen, I know how much money I have, and I know it will ruin you. So I'm only gonna put like 0.01% of my my like what I make into like your savings account or whatever.
Yeah.
You got to think that's still like,
bro.
that's still like $1 million, like for
constantly.
like a week or something.
Let's look Bill Gates' net worth real quick.
He's no longer number one. It's
Jeff Bezos.
yeah, exactly.
Let's see, but still, this has to be a crazy amount.
Oh yeah, 19 billion.
Jeff Bezos, what the hell does he do?
110 billion.
Goddamn, Jeff Bezos is the creator of Amazon.
Yeah, the
Holy
CEO of
shit.
Amazon.
He's the number one in the world now.
Yeah.
Richest man in the world.
It's Jeff Bezos.
So, what do you think about? Do you think billionaires should be taxed? Like a shit ton.
Try to explain. I mean, it's a touchy subject because it's like people like
they made their money.
exactly
they should
like
earn
some
it.
people they earned their money.
Mhm.
Some people they were born into their money, and it's like I get it. Like you got to help like the population, but then again, there's also a form of like how much is enough for people to not feed off of the system and live a free life without putting in work. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
hardworking people. Like say for example us. So I think we're all blue collar basically,
Yeah.
and we all work for our shit. You know what I mean? It's not like we're born into the riches. I don't know. I think it's also unfair for people that just make it that big, and it's like, yeah, we're taking so much of your shit. And it's like, to a certain extent, it's nothing for them, but it's like technically corrupt. You know what I mean?
You're like, how can 1% of the world be richer than 80%?
Yeah.
Or something
But
like
then again, there's outliers. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
take into consideration that.
That's true.
because there's the super rich and the super poor.
that. Yeah.
Look, dude, Jeff Bezos is still the richest person in the world, even after losing $10 billion.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
nothing for them, dude.
Pocket change.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy to think
Jeff
that they're-
Bezos, if you want to sponsor us.
It's crazy to think that the Amazon is like partnering with like those like CVS to get like medical prescriptions and shit out like that too.
Oh, really?
That's insane. Like,
Damn.
you know what I mean? You go from like selling products that are like worldwide to now like literal
Yeah, pharmacy.
pharmaceutical drugs worldwide.
Dude, they're gonna get broken up by the government at one point.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
There's gotta be
They're
some
getting so
legal
big.
action.
Yeah.
Exactly. To where they're just like they control the world
Yeah.
to a certain extent.
Almost like Disney. Disney owns so many
Yeah.
movie companies, TV companies. They have to get broken up at one point.
Just imagine if that crashes, though. You know what I mean? Because obviously, like online retail, it's like the future as of now, and it's become so like much of an overgrowth that some companies they go out of business. You know what I mean? Because they can't like keep up with it.
Like local businesses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what happens if something like Amazon goes ahead and fucking crashes? You know what I mean? Then what? If there's no businesses to supply the goods that were already being delivered, then what's left?
That's true. But I doubt it'll crash. Like,
You never know.
that's true. They're the number one company for a reason.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The greatest depression.
Yeah. You seen those I think it was like years ago they wanted to do deliveries by drone.
Yeah,
I think that's so cool. Dude.
I think that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, that's scary as shit.
Hell yeah, but
Imagine opening your door and it just flies in your house.
that's crazy.
Yeah. And I think the technology is pretty scary too, as in like self-driving cars and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like,
I wrote a whole fucking like 12-page essay on that shit.
damn, like they can get hacked and
Yeah, that's a
crazy.
big thing.
Yeah, like
Fucking like firewalls within a self-driving car.
Mhm.
Imagine that shit. You got some guy in like a Tesla that cuts you off because he's like actually driving it, and then he's just like, you know what, fuck you, and then just hacks into it and just drives you off the bridge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like imagine shit like that.
yeah.
The war of technology.
Yeah, that's just like the biggest thing now, though. It's like, where's the limit for technology?
Yeah.
I don't think there is one. I think it's only going to go up and
You
up and
think?
up because that's what humans are. They humans only want to set the bar higher.
You think
Like-
we're gonna destroy our nation?
Yes.
I mean, people thought that in the '80s with the Cold War, with nuclear warfare.
That's fair.
So, yeah.
But I feel like nuclear warfare, it's kind of a different subject because nuclear warfare is only like accessible like towards like the government, and it's like for war purposes. Technology, it's for everyone, and it's been in everyone's lives for a decade now, basically, and it's just constantly growing, and it's just consuming, in my opinion.
And there's like people make robot humans now, and
Yeah, you
I've
see-
seen so many stories of the robot humans just like going off grid and just saying some
Really?
like, random shit.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen some.
And that's
that
so,
gives
like,
me
so cool.
that gives me the
those-
heebie-jeebies.
it's
man.
so cool
I think those are fucking awesome.
when they just go off and say like I'm going to destroy the world.
Yeah.
Like, that, hell no, that's
I
so
think that's
scary.
fucking awesome. Self-learning AI.
I don't think so.
No, I hate self-learning
what-
AI. The thought of it is just
That's what
freaks
I
me
want to
out.
create, dude. I want to
Self-learning?
create the first AI that really has a human attachment. But I gotta
But-
like fry my brain.
But yeah, are
and
you gonna
fucking-
limit it? Are you gonna limit it like
Nope.
raw emotions?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm gonna make it a human entirely.
What if it gets access to the
Oh,
internet and it
dude.
can just search through anything?
It's going in,
Adrian.
and I'm gonna have
Oh.
it. One finger is gonna be a USB, so it just goes and just plugs in. You know what I mean?
Is he gonna be? Is he gonna have like a shut off?
No,
No,
he's
you
gonna have
should-
guns,
Dude.
Bro.
Dude, like no,
This is how the
that
Terminator happens.
scares me. That scares me.
No, I love
The thought
that
of an
idea.
AI just like going rogue. It's like you
I
know.
want that to happen.
No, how?
Like,
it's
what's-
like I could work out all I want. I feel like I'm eventually metal is just gonna overpower me
For sure.
because metal doesn't have stamina.
You
It's
just
just
throw,
gonna
you throw a fridge on you. No matter how big you are, you're getting crushed on the fridge.
yeah, exactly. Why would you want that?
I don't know. I think it's fucking cool.
Hell no, dude.
I think I mainly started getting scared of the self-learning AIs because there was this movie, a Disney movie, way back in like 2006 probably, where it's like there's a family and I think they had a mom, but then the mom left, so then they got this robot mom, and the dad falls in love.
No, it was the house, dude.
The house. It was a
Yeah,
whole house.
it's
And
called-
I think
yeah.
the dad like falls in love with the robot mom or something, and then he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, we're staying here." But then she becomes like this super evil thing where she's
Yeah,
like,
she's
"Nobody's leaving me,"
Oh
and
shit.
It's 'cause
like,
she was, like,
locks
so
down
over-
the house.
Like, her main goal was to protect the kids,
Mm-hmm.
and that ended up being twisted as in like, oh, I'm the only one that could protect you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
so
So it's like when the dad was like, "Come on," she's like, "No, I'm doing it."
I don't know. I love that concept, dude.
No.
Now that I think about it,
hell
this is the
no.
podcast that like starts showing my corruption to where I end the world.
yeah, like how's a robot gonna learn morality and stuff like that?
that's
And what's between right and
well,
wrong?
that's literally the block that's preventing from AI
Consciousness.
to be exactly
Yeah.
the human element.
Mhm.
That's where I have to somehow
No,
develop
no.
my brain into a computer.
You ever seen
You
that?
don't have to.
What's that? There's a movie.
Jappy, bro.
That's what I'm
Jappy!
thinking of. That's
Oh my
exactly
god,
what I'm
so
thinking of.
good.
Dude, I hated that movie.
What?
It was like everyone was on PCP. I thought I was on PCP watching it. It was like some fucking like the chick. She always was just off-putting because she was like she had this like weird British accent and she's looked like a fucking slum god.
No, it was pretty good though. Pretty.
I love the concept.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
How they were able to just like put in the human element.
Mhm.
I just don't think it's possible, but I want to be the one to discover that.
No, you don't have to.
Yeah,
I
please.
want to though.
Like,
Maybe someone else.
like, no. Are you being dead serious when you say you want a robot to just like?
No, I'm not being dead serious when I say I want a robot to go rogue, but personally, I think that would be like one of the greatest achievements that I could achieve personally.
Yeah.
Because I think that's something I could literally, like, devote my life to, not figure it out, and just die solely, or be like, you know what, I fucking cracked it. You know what I mean? I gotta, like, shoot up heroin, do meth, ecstasy, acid, LSD. I gotta figure something out. I gotta figure it out.
The Adderall, dude, I gotta focus.
Oh man,
No, but I think that would be so cool.
I can't.
Not the rogue robot killing everyone, but
like
That's the
Just
thing,
the
but
concept.
I guess, I don't know, maybe that's just a thought that's put in us because of movies and social media and stuff, where it's like, if robots do become smart enough that they take over the world.
yeah, but it's a realistic concept.
Yeah,
that's why.
Yeah.
it's not out of reach.
No, I know, but it's like, you know, shit, for all we know, they just become regular humans. It's just like, hey, you know, how are you? How are the kids?
Oh, like androids,
Mhm.
half human, half robot.
I don't know. I love the concept of a big thing for me that I love is like when people lose their limbs and they're able to get the prosthetics that actually like recognize what limbs you have like left and like the tendons basically, and they're able to create movements and
Like,
shit. You
like
know
the
what I mean?
fingers.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
some people they like lost like half their forearm and their hand, but there's still like tendons and shit in here, so it's able to actually like understand and feel the tensions, so it's able to perform like everything, and it's just becoming so more technologically advanced to where it's just getting fine tuned. I think that's fantastic.
Oh, no, that stuff's great. Prosthetics and stuff.
And then becoming fucking bionicle, dude.
Bring
That's
it
what
in.
I want. I don't want my leg
From
I
peg
want-
legs to like actual moving metal arms. And shit like
Exactly. That would be so cool. Are you kidding me? I got a fucking flamethrower on my wrist.
that. Oh man.
I watched Live PD.
Oh my god, that's right. So
And
good.
I
dude.
saw-
so funny.
I saw one where
Crackheads.
the guy is just like stuck. He's like sitting in the car, and he's like, "All right, step out." And the guy was like, "Oh, okay." He gets out. He's got jeans on, so I don't think you could really tell him.
Oh yeah, isn't he like, can I get my
Yeah.
legs?
Yeah, and then he goes. He's like, "All right, get in the cop car." And you know how the back of the cop car is pretty small.
Yeah, yeah.
He sits up on the thing with his legs
Yeah,
on.
like,
He's
"Can you
like,
take off my
"Yeah."
legs?"
He's like, "Hey, could you hold my legs?" And he just rips them off. And the cop was like, "Never arrested someone with prosthetic legs before."
That shit's so crazy.
Oh man. Speaking of live feeding, there's some funny shit on there, dude.
I know,
Yeah.
they're
Like-
crackheads, man.
Like, there's a little crackhead who called the cops on her dealer, and she was like, "Man, she owes me like $30. Like, oh man, like $30 for what? So, man, like crack."
so open about it.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't really like arrest anyone for that. The
Yeah.
cops just like, "All right, we can't do anything about it."
You can't arrest someone with like the intention to buy if you haven't like actually purchased it.
Yeah,
I think that's how that works. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. I'm not a legal expert.
Me neither.
None of us are.
The government's definitely watching this, even though it's like
Yeah,
How does
they're
it
the
work,
ones
government?
yeah. Comment down below.
someone's gonna make an FBI account.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Because it's like, I'm pretty sure if I were to go up to a cop right now and be like, "Man, I really want to buy some heroin," I don't think they can be like, "Turn around."
I don't know about that one.
I don't know.
Well, that's what you guys just argued. You said you can't arrest
Actually,
someone for
maybe-
the intent to go buy it, but hasn't actually bought it.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
what you guys
like-
just said.
Yeah,
I
no.
mean, yeah, but now I'm taking it
No,
back.
I'm still agreeing with the statement I made. I don't think you can get arrested for saying I want to, because it's not the intent to sell. The intent to sell and the intent to buy are two different things.
Hmm.
Intent to sell is when you have just a huge possession, like, weighed out.
Yeah, that, and if it's like in multiple like small bags, like if they were
Yeah,
like to
weighed out.
sell like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I thought you meant like just a big ass like
Oh,
a
like a
block.
crack or some shit.
Yeah.
Man.
So wait, so
that's-
intent to buy is illegal as well?
I don't think so. Tommy, yeah, actually look this up.
Fact check.
Say like if intent to buy is arrestable.
Legally. I feel like,
Actually,
I don't think, if, alright,
Well,
so,
you
I
gotta
feel
think
like
about
a
the
cop would definitely do something. Though, you
look
know
at
what
the
I mean?
undercover cops. Like they'll
They have to
they'll make
purchase
su-
it.
they have to purchase. Yeah,
They
they
have
have
to.
to. They have to purchase it, and then they make their arrest. They can't.
Exactly.
They have to. There has to be some sort of trade, like
Mm-hmm.
either money or whatever. So I guess.
I don't
I'm
think
guessing.
so. I mean, if you, alright, so if you smoke or snort, or if you do any, whatever drug it is, if you do it, and then the cop finds you way after you've already done it, you can't get arrested for that.
No, you have a statute of limitations. There's a certain limit where there's a certain time limit where it won't
That's
affect
right.
you anymore.
Yeah.
Like say I smoked weed 10 years ago. The cop can't arrest you for that,
No.
even though you're openly admitting to it.
Yeah.
So
Thomas?
I'm getting varying answers here.
there's
Yeah.
probably like state laws too. So we can't.
Yeah,
we're never gonna
it's
not
probably
gonna
not
get
just
a
federal.
definite answer.
Yeah.
You know.
Some people say it depends on how far along the sale was, and some people are saying that conspiracy is not inconsequential. You could be charged.
Charged for conspiracy? I've
Yeah,
heard
I
of
guess.
that.
Conspiracy to buy drugs.
I've heard about that. Rubber Toe talked about that because he was in a slammer for a while.
Rubber toe.
Yeah, and he talked about how you could get arrested for conspiracy.
Hmm.
I don't think it's a big charge, but it's a charge.
That's fair.
You know what? If this video gets 100 likes, I'll go up to a cop and say I'm gonna go buy heroin.
We'll
All
record
right, quote it.
Yeah.
Clip it. Oh man.
I'll go up to a cop. Actually, I won't go up to him. Why the fuck would I do that? I'll
Yeah.
walk past him
And say, "Man."
and obnoxiously say, "Man, I'm really." No, I'll say, "Man, I'm craving some heroin. I think I'm gonna go buy some."
Facts.
And then I'll have the cop follow me, and then I just go home and do nothing.
You gotta like knock on your own, be like suspicious.
Yeah.
Hey, a little passcode.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh man.
Just like super edged out. I don't know where the fuck we went with this.
I don't
I don't know.
But
It's content.
Facts.
I think it's.
Yeah.
That's
Tommy,
not bad.
what time are we at?
2 hours and 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's
Nice.
time to cut it out.
2 hours. GG, fellas.
All right. Successful podcast. I feel like.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning into the third podcast.
Yep. Thank you for checking us out. If you stayed to this point,
Holy shit.
thank you.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I can't-
Yep.
Yeah, we fucking appreciate it. 2
Drop
hours.
a comment, we'll shout you out.
Yeah.
Facts,
If you,
dude.
but be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
You
just say,
don't put smoke up our ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be like, oh, great job, guys. It's like, no, Adrian, you were fucking
Alright.
loud. Ivan, you were great. Kevin, you're retarded. You know what I mean?
as
Kevin
proof.
the
All
Wall.
right.
No,
If
kidding.
you watch the whole thing, as proof, I want you to list 6 topics that we spoke about in this
Facts,
whole
dude.
podcast.
Did we even have 6 topics? I feel like we
Yeah,
had
we
like.
definitely
we
did.
spoke about. We just went from.
No, yeah, wait. They're just gonna watch the ending and then talk about it and then comment.
Oh,
Don't be
fuck.
stupid.
Right.
Some people
Yeah,
just
right.
like tune in to like the
Not
first
even-
6 minutes.
We easily had over 6. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably
I feel
closer
like we
to
had, like,
15.
15?
No, alright, calm down,
I feel like we had.
because we were on
Wait,
the same topic.
Cut the
for a while.
audio.
No,
I know. Hold on. Let's just say, guys.
Let's
thank
finish
you.
our thing. Yeah, our ending.
Thank
Alright,
you.
guys. This was Adrian Skorsky.
Kevin Harris.
Ivan Rodriguez.
Thank you for tuning into the Long Island Lads podcast, and we hope to see you guys again.